Welcome to another episode of ArtCo Drone Solutions Saturday Night Live, number 106. Yeah, we've got a great show tonight. We've got tons of people coming in, hopefully. We've got our toffee giveaway. Instead of doing trivia, I'm just going to spin the wheel. That way, everybody will get an equal chance because some people are just too good at trivia. They're a little fast on that at Google, and so we'll do it this way. So we're going to talk a little bit about the drone meetup that's in 3 weeks down in Sebastian, Florida, and we'll talk about drone stuff. What else did I have written on here? Besides, the new DJI Flash FPV drone is coming out. They're having their big unveiling, or their big, live stream show that they're going to do. That's on March 2nd, which that'll be on Tuesday, I believe. So that'll be interesting, and we'll talk about that and tons of other drone stuff and not so drone stuff. So let's bring up our first panelist all the way from New York. It is, and let me unmute him, and all right, let's bring him up, Chuck Kovac.
Hey.
Welcome, Chuck. Welcome
Hey,
to the
Art.
show. How are you doing, sir?
I'm well, thank you. Thanks for having me. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's good to see that you got all your bugs taken out and your
Squish, 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 squish. Yeah, it was a new laptop. The desktop was
okay.
in need of a new motherboard.
Nice. So you have
Burned
the
down.
new i5 processor on your motherboard there. So how many cores is that?
Wait, the tower that we're talking about that I just fixed
Yeah.
up, that has
It's still messed up?
no, it's fine. That's an i9. It's an i9.
That's the i9.
It's a little older. It's a 7th gen from like 2018, so it has 14 cores, runs about 4 gigs.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
gets the
cool,
job
cool.
done.
Awesome. Hey, I
Good
want to
bread
say
again.
hello to all the folks in the chat. We've got Matt Cundiff, Herman, Phantom Flight 101, Jerry Bauer, and Michael Wright, Tex Arch Drone Guy. And then we have Tom Ten Toes. And then I saw, CRP Films. Welcome to the show. Rick Halbert, welcome. Good to see you. And Philip Koshak. He is
Koshak.
in-
Notorious
Oh,
with
and
Ken Herron.
Funny you should mention Ken. I sent him a link to this channel like hours ago. So I get a message on my email saying, "Oh, I went to that link and there's nobody there." I said, "Can you
Hello.
believe it's at 6 o'clock Central
Hello,
Time?"
McFly.
Bob Casey, welcome to the show. Good to see you. All right. So let's see what's going. So DJI is going to make the big announcement coming up on Tuesday. It's the Flash FPV drone. That's what it's
Savior
called.
of the universe.
The Flash.
Oh, wrong Flash.
I keep thinking of the Big Bang Theory with the what's his name, dressed up in the Flash uniform.
I never watched it. I'm the only person on the planet that didn't watch Big Bang, but then I'm the only person on the planet that watched the movie Flash Gordon, or Flash with Queen as the soundtrack in the 80s,
right.
remember?
Yep, I
Gordon's
remember
alive. Phantom Flight 101, man. How you doing? And I didn't say hello to Matt either. He said hello to me a little bit ago. Shame on me.
Cool. And Matt will be down there in Florida. It'll be great to meet him. I'm coming in on the 17th, St. Patty's Day. And,
Nice.
go do some fishing
Nice.
before the big meetup. I'll probably do some flying with Mitch down there. Yep. So that'll be cool. I come back on the 22nd.
I want to go, but I can't get vaxxed fast enough to go.
Hold.
Yeah.
All
Yep.
right, let's give Chris Hope a link.
So yeah, we did a live stream this morning and talked about Flash, but it was our seventh 2K drones stream, so we called it 007. Hence the backdrop. But the first 2 minutes of the stream, if somebody didn't catch it, you should check it out. It's pretty cool. Keith put it together for the most part. We worked on it together, but he did all the heavy lifting, and it's Keith from the K-Spot did an amazing job. It's very
cool.
Yeah, check it out.
Cool.
I can put the link in here.
I heard that Rodney had a pretty exciting show this morning. Now, folks, this is why you don't put the link to the live stream in the chat.
I'm not. Unless I have permission from the host.
That's good. What had happened was someone came on the show pretending to be somebody else, and as soon as Rodney put him up, you got to view somebody's junk.
Oh, no. Oh, that's not good. No. Actually, Art, man, I shared it in the private chat if you want to take a peek at it, and if you approve, then you can show it. I won't say it's not a little racy, but it's PG.
Oh, man. I mean,
maybe PG-13.
There are trolls out there that'll just mess with you.
Can you imagine if these people that are this intelligent, they can do so much horrible stuff, if they took all that energy and did good stuff, how much better this world would be? I know it's like, silly, but it's true.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Bob Casey, he'll be at the meetup. That's cool. It'll be great to see him again. I met Bob at Spin Up, and when was it? That was 2019, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, the Florida thing I'd really like to do. It's still a little chilly up here in Syracuse. It'd be nice to go and thaw.
Well, it's cold here. We've been in the 30s all day here.
Well, that's, yeah. Yeah, actually, it's 39 here right now. We're having like a thaw.
Oh, my.
I might have to go out and fly tomorrow. I tried to fly a little bit today. It was pretty blustery. I was trying to try out FPV mode on the Mavic 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and I want to remind everybody that this channel, if you like the content, I do have a super chat. I am monetized, so you could leave a super chat if you like the stream, or a super sticker. I'll even sing for you. And speaking of birthdays, we've got a couple birthdays here in the dronosphere. Ooh. We have Chris Wedgeworth, just had a birthday a few days ago, and today is Vic Moss's birthday.
Really? Vic's birthday's today.
Let's sing happy birthday to them.
All right, here we go. Happy birthday. That's not fair. To you.
Happy birthday to you.
Gotta lay off the helium, Art.
Happy birthday, dear Chris and Vic. Happy birthday to you.
couldn't top that, so I wasn't gonna even try. Where'd you get the helium?
Oh, that's my my
Nice.
mixer does that.
Sweet.
I could do high voice or I could do low voice.
Do the low voice.
Okay, I
gonna
gotta
save
give
it?
Cleve a link to. Okay.
Chris. I didn't really sing though, Chris. I cheated. The helium thing threw me off.
There you go. Yeah, one of my friends, Cleve. Oh yeah, there you go. Cleve Tidwell. He's a drone flyer, and I've known him for several years. I met him in the political realm.
Really?
So that's how I met him.
I think drones and politics don't mix well.
Yeah, especially that idiot. Who is that guy? Oh, he's from Utah, I think. Mike Lee. Yeah, he's a senator from Utah, I believe.
Better save that for
Chris
tomorrow.
Wedgeworth. Good. Happy birthday, dude. I'm glad you got your toffee. I hope it was nice and yummy.
Ooh.
Okay, cool.
So I tried FPV with the Mavic 2 today.
Yeah, how well did that go?
It didn't go well. I have some
No.
video clips. I'm gonna try to put together something to share, but it was I don't know how to say anything less than awful, really. It's just maybe I just haven't figured it out yet. I was trying to be smooth and I figured the drone would bank a little bit. You know, with the gimbal locked, it should bank, but it didn't.
It takes a lot of practice.
I
There's
think
a software out there called what is that software called? Hold on a sec. It is called God, where is that?
you're looking for it.
Well, there's a sim software that you could use that is really good.
Well,
Yes, Cleve. That's right. It'll be out of the
Yes.
box, ready to go. You don't have to put it together like all these other drones, or unless you get one of those little mini whoops that come out and they're already ready to go. Hey, let's welcome another New Yorker. Let's welcome Mike Roach. Hey, Mike. Good
Hey,
to see
guys.
you.
Mr. Mike.
Good to see you, man. Hey, Chuck.
Hey, how you doing? So I was telling Art I was trying to fly FPV
good.
with a Mavic
I'm
2,
good.
sort of, kinda. Yeah,
Going.
it's no good. I'm just gonna have to buy the FPV drone from DJI and get the right out of the box deal. I was trying to save money today by giving it a whirl, see how it worked, and
Well, you know the Flash
Yeah.
is $1,200.
it is. And it
So
looks
if you want to
like
save some money for $150, you can get EMAX Tiny Hawk 2, which is
ooh,
a good beginner FPV drone. Comes
Flat.
with goggles and a little drone and batteries.
I want the Flash.
There.
The arms look
Now,
like
what's
they're
the
bolted
Flash?
on and they come off. Yeah, you can still hit the high notes. That's cool. Even without cheating with the soundboard. That's impressive.
Maybe.
But it looks like the Savior of
Now,
the universe.
Chuck, what is the Flash? What is the
What?
Flash?
What, Mike?
What is the Flash?
The
It's
Flash is
new
the DJI.
FPV drone.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's what it is called. I haven't
Yeah,
that's
looked
what
at
it's
it.
called.
So I'm not an FPV guy, so I just
Yeah, but this thing's designed. The DJI is targeting you and me and Art, Mike. Well, maybe not Art. He's probably already done FPV, but I haven't.
Oh,
You haven't. That's who they're targeting. They want us to kind of come over to the
Yeah.
dark side and ease us in. It's like the thing is, it's like an iPhone. It's set up to be pretty super safe out of the box. But
Oh, yeah.
then as you get more comfortable, you can dive down into the deep buried settings, the deep dark abyss, and unlock the beast, unleash the beast, and then crash it. And then luckily all the parts can be changed for, I don't know, probably $100 a piece or some silly thing. Who knows?
Just get
But
that DJI refresh for an extra 250 or
I think it'll be
whatever.
higher. The rumor is it's be closer to like 350, 400, something like that. US
Really?
up there a little.
Wow.
Well, yeah. Think about the risk factor is a bit higher with FPV. I don't
Yeah.
think it's a matter of if, it's when you crash.
Right, from what I understand. And
Yeah.
you know, it's and the whole wearing goggles, and you're going to need a spotter and all that. It's something I probably won't do,
Yeah, me either.
but I like taking photos and video and stuff like that, and it's like, you know, and just being at the place also where I'm at too. If I go up, you know, to Old Forge or something, it's not just the flying and all, it's the being there. You know,
Yeah,
which
I'm
is
with you
really
on that.
cool.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
That's why.
so-
That's what got me into it. I got a Mavic Pro for that very reason, to take it with me wherever I went to travel and capture stuff. And it's so cool to be able to check out stuff from the air that you're on the ground and you get
Yeah.
one viewpoint, like Penfield, like Penfield downtown. You know, the little house on the elevator that you got in nice and tight. And
Oh,
came
right.
close. I went down there and didn't get as close as you, but that was cool to check out from up close, because how else you gonna
Right.
get there?
And we've seen it all our lives.
I know,
you know,
and I
and
was like,
part
the
of the
drone.
scenery.
Yeah, I was
you
like,
know?
it's always been there, and the drone made it possible to like kind of get up and really check it out, and that
Yeah,
was pretty fun.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm
But
with you
Art,
on
in case you don't know what we're talking about, it's this old factory, which was originally a car factory way back in the early 20th century. And on top of it, there's literally a building, like a house on top of this
oh
factory
yes,
building.
I've seen
And
videos of that.
yeah, and it covers the machinery of the elevator of the thing. So, and, hey, Ray.
Let's say hello to Ray. Good to see you, Ray.
the
He's
captain.
the leader of the
Hey,
Florida
Art. Hey, Chuck.
meetup.
Mike.
Hey Ray, all right, I'll put a
How's
picture.
everybody doing tonight?
Good,
Doing
man.
good.
We're good. I put a link of a picture of Penfield Manufacturing in the private chat, but it looks like a launch code, but that's from Bing. Let's see what. It
Oh,
looks
Chuck,
like.
Oh,
Chuck,
really?
I just noticed your
And hello, everybody in the chat. How you doing?
007 background.
It's all day. Yeah, it's an all day thing. We started with our 7th live stream this morning, so I'm carrying
okay.
on.
That's pretty
2K
cool.
drones.
I always love the opening to 007.
We did a pretty good job of copping it for our live
That's
stream
cool.
this morning. Yeah.
License to fly.
There you go. There's the building.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's the service elevator, and they covered it up with a red house.
right.
And it's been there forever in Syracuse. And Mike got up really close. I mean, I flew over it and around it and stuff, but Art was right up knocking on the door and stuff. It was with his drone. It's pretty awesome.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like your historic
cool.
bits in there too. You have some really nice bits of history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
gotta
it's
check
funny,
out-
a guy bought that building around, I don't know, 2010 or so. This, I think he was Spanish and a really wild character. And he planned on making condos and all this stuff in the long run. And he ended up a few years ago, he went over to Europe to his brother's wedding. We're talking a guy 50, 60 years old. And he was killed in a car crash. So
No way.
that building still sits there empty. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
that's
in
bad.
Wow.
That's been really
Town.
cool. It's condos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That-
You know, once if the neighborhood gets turned around, you know.
It
and,
does need some help. It's
you
a
know, who
little.
knows?
It's a little. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little sketchy over there. I flew first thing in the
Yeah.
morning. It's like 6:50 in the morning. I flew at sunrise
Yeah.
to beat the crowd. The shopping
Yeah, it's
carts.
strip clubs down the street, you know, and it's the red light district, you know.
Rudy Schmidt's not far
That's
from there.
that's
either.
almost the best time to fly, early in the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Gesundheit, Art. Yeah, it was a nice time to fly. The lighting was really good.
Yeah.
And late, of course. Late's good too.
Yeah.
Golden hour.
But yeah, it was tempting. I wish I had my batteries charged today. A beautiful day here in the Northeast, guys. Had to be close to 50 degrees and sunny out, and it was windy this morning, but the wind died down, and it was great day.
Yeah, I went out in the wind when I was trying that FPV test, and that wasn't the best idea, but I had plenty of room around me. I was just over at a school, just wide open field testing and failing, but not crashing. But yeah, it got really nice in the afternoon here.
Yeah,
Good.
sunny.
I've been up running around today. I did a bus trip for
Yeah, I
some
saw that.
antiques. Not that I'm into antiques, but I like looking at them. And I did find, and Mike, you're gonna get a kick out of this, and anybody who's a baseball fan will get a kick out of this. I found a glove, a 4-fingered glove, just like the one I had when I was a kid. So I had to buy it.
There you go. That's what they're counting on.
Right, those old gloves that they made them differently in the old days. Right, it was an older glove, I take it, and I think a buddy of mine had one of those, and they were so odd to catch the ball in.
What?
You're talking about a baseball glove, right?
I hope so. Everybody had like a blank stare on their face. Well, at least I did. Maybe not everybody else, but I did.
But yeah, Ray was saying that got the antique glove there, and a buddy of mine had one. We'd stupid kids, we'd use this stuff in the park, and yeah, I remember the thing. It was literally like a thumb and almost like it didn't fit like today's gloves. Weird. So what else you get, Ray? Anything?
Right. Totally different. I'll find my original glove one day, but right now I can't find it. So
It should
if
turn
I
up.
find
quick
it,
now.
I'll have 2 of them.
It'll turn up now that you bought one. That's the way it works.
There you go. Yep.
Right.
The minute
It's
I
right
I
do
guess
that,
I got a big delay
going.
going again tonight,
Right
right,
now.
guys?
I think you do. Yeah.
Yep. You got a little.
Yeah, you're a little
How's the
off.
weather down there, Ray?
Good weather. Yeah, today was in the low 80s,
Seasonal.
sunny. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Oh,
And it's going to be in the 80s when you come down in
That sounds nice.
March, Art, and everybody
Yay,
else
Great.
that's coming to the drone meetup. It's going to be in the 80s, and it's going to be nice. I put in an order for good weather, so let's pray for that.
Good. Cleve says made so the 4th and 5th finger went in the pinky slot.
Is that as dirty as it sounds? Because I think so. I'm sorry.
those gloves were weird though. I think you had a thumb, and then your other fingers. I don't know. It was like ET or something. It's like whole different thing.
Phone home. Phone home.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a catcher's mitt when I was a kid. So I always loved Johnny Bench.
I mean, there was so much that I could have
Yeah.
bought.
Yeah.
Johnny
Yeah, there was a
Bench.
lot of other sports memorabilia there too. Baseball cards, figurines, and obviously
Yeah.
furniture type of antiques.
Yeah.
But the whole town gets converted for this antique festival, along with the 15 or 20 shops that they have in Arcadia, Florida.
Okay. Cool.
Let's go back to the
Cool.
Johnny Bench thing, Mike. You were a big Red Machine fan?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah?
I just when you're a kid, you pick a team because you like the color. You
Yep.
have no reason. We don't have a major league team here, in
Right.
Syracuse. So it's like, you know, and in the 70s, the Cincinnati Reds and Pete Rose and all that,
Pete
they were
Rose,
hot.
Charlie
you know,
Hustle.
They were killing it.
Yep.
You know,
I know.
so-
I was a big fan too. I used to wear my well, in '79, my parents went out to Cincinnati. My dad went on business, and my mom and I went to the 580 gift shop.
yeah.
And I was like, they had the field jacket on the wall. You know, the official field jacket.
What,
That's at
the leather
Cincinnati.
sleeves and yeah.
Red. No, it was all nylon. It was just red nylon, not the
Okay.
satiny stuff like later. This was still
Oh,
the
yeah.
this regular nylon. It zipped up the front and said Cincinnati in white, all
Right.
stitched on letters. Yeah, that thing was cool. Mom, can I get that? You really want that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was expensive. It was like
Mhm.
$75
Have
in
you been to
1979. It was a lot of
Cooperstown?
money then. Yeah, but it's been a really, really long time, Mike.
Yeah.
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 Have you been to Cooperstown?
Nope.
Have you been to
I want to
Cooperstown,
go
Chuck?
up there.
I have, but it's been a long time.
I was there in 1970.
Yeah. Yeah, you could spend a couple days in the Hall of Fame down there. There's so much to see, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool
I
stuff.
took
in
a
the
ride
state.
down there in the 1980s, and it was fun.
Yeah, they used to do a lot of scrimmage
But,
games. Oh, you know,
And
like
my buddy and I had the whole place ourselves. I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh, so they used to have they had games down there. They, you know, now they do them all in Florida.
Yeah, I think there is a field right outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doubleday Field, they call it, you know. And
They ever gonna let Pete
it's,
Rose in, or is he just banished for life because he was a bad boy?
I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah, I think he still can't get in.
He was pretty grumbly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Grumbly?
I met him
Yeah.
in Las Vegas. He was at this sports shop in Caesars in the stores.
Oh.
And yeah, I walked in and they were telling me, "Oh, you got to buy something," you know. I said, "I just want
You
to
didn't
say
see
hello to
OJ
Mr.
go,
Rose. I
"Stick
just
'em
want to
up
say
while I
hello to
get my
him."
memorabilia back.
Yeah, I want to say hello to him, and I walked up to him. He's like, I was like, "Mr. Rose, we have Pete Rose." I said, "Man, I was just like 8 or 9 years old, and you guys were killing it, you know, in the '70s, the Big Red Machine, you and Johnny Bench." And I said, I just wanted to say I'm just a huge fan. I got in trouble for belly flopper sliding in Little League, and it's all thanks to you. So, you know, it's just a nice honor to meet you. And he said, oh, he smiled. Oh, thank you very
Yeah.
much. And I said, yeah. And I ran into Johnny Bench. He did a motivational speech at
cool.
my company's function a couple of years ago. He's like, oh, really? And he's like, I was like, yeah, he's a really good speaker. He's like, yeah, he's been doing that for a while. He's really good at it. He's like, yeah, the guy is awesome. So that was cool. And then I left. I was
cool.
smiling. I was glowing. He was smiling a little bit. So they're like, that's how he started.
Yeah.
But they were
And also
getting like
remember,
70.
You know who I would have really liked to meet, and that would have been Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
He was around during my day.
Yeah. Yeah, Mickey Mantle, you know, unfortunately kind of drank himself to an early death there. And I remember, I think I heard a quote about him. He saying something like, if I'd have known I'd have lived so long, I would have taken better care of my body. In other words, you know, when he was failing there, he kind of regretted the fact that you know, he just lived recklessly. And but when he was young and in shape, that guy was a great athlete.
Yeah.
Ray had the glove there for a second before he blanked out on
Yeah, he
us.
did, and then he disappeared.
It's a
we
magic
always
glove.
seem to have weird connections tonight.
Yeah. I think
No,
it's those iguanas down there.
It's the
Getting
iguanas.
into the,
In the Philippines? Oh, or in Florida?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The iguanas.
there's a channel that I've been following lately called Iguana Solutions, and Jessica, she goes out catching these iguanas and other invasive lizards. She's got a great big long pole with a noose on the end, and she just sneaks up on them and puts the noose over their head and catches them. And then the ones that are in trees and on roofs, she uses a pellet gun.
Does she eat them?
Yeah, what she does is she donates them to homeless shelters,
Okay.
and they cook 'em. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I never
So-
thought of that as something to eat, but I remember watching some show and I'm like, I think it was in Jamaica or something, and they were gonna, fry up some iguana. I'm like, okie dokie.
Tastes
You
like
know,
chicken.
That's what she said.
Really? Everything gets compared
Everything
to chicken.
tastes like
Why is that? I wonder if sharks think people taste like chicken too.
Well, I wonder if cannibals, if they eat a clown, do they say, "Does this taste funny?" Boom, boom.
Oh.
Well, I imagine James is probably having waffles or pancakes.
He
Right
probably
about now.
is.
Yep, he's probably watching. Just don't mention the A word that might set off all the gadgets in his house.
Oh.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Everybody's
Uh-huh.
on 3, 2. Alexa.
I did that once, and then Black Sabbath was playing all over the place.
You say you can ask her to turn off all my lights. Turn off all
Right.
the lights.
Call 911.
No. Buy everything
Alexa,
on my
turn
wish
off the
list.
fan.
Right.
Does that work? I've never tried that. I'm afraid.
Those things are, a mixed blessing, though. It's like, they're convenient and they got all the information. I use mine to control lights and all this stuff. But at the same
Me too.
time, all of a sudden
Creepy.
the yellow ring goes around top. You haven't bought paper plates in a month. And it just seems a little too into my life, And, it's like the,
Yeah.
You haven't
So,
bought toilet
and-
paper in 3 weeks.
right.
Or,
Yeah, literally.
about
About
time.
4,000
Toilet
rolls
paper.
back in
You
March
ordered?
of 2020.
Right. But man, I just bought a few more books off Amazon this week. Some Audible and some physical books. And
Cool. What kind of stuff do you like to read? Mysteries, historical novels?
no, I'm mainly into political stuff, current
Oh.
affairs, that kind of thing.
Cool.
You saw that thing I put on Facebook today about which book was recently banned from Amazon and which book is
Oh,
still for
yes.
sale.
Mein Kampf.
Mein Kampf is still for sale, and this other one about someone not approving of the transgender agenda is banned from Amazon.
All right.
And it's like,
We'll
okay,
save that for tomorrow, Mike.
right.
Yeah. Probably a good
Well,
idea, but
We'll talk about
Yeah, I
Mr.
get where it's
Potato
coming from.
Head
Where's that?
and what was that? Oh, the Muppets too. We'll talk
The
about that
Muppets.
tomorrow.
Ooh, the
Yeah.
Muppets. How's that?
Yeah,
Didn't you hear
they
the
got canceled.
Disney has canceled the Muppets?
Oh, that's un-American right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what the reason they use, but I'm sure it's out there.
They'd probably cancel the Looney Tunes if they could too, because that was just hazardous.
Well,
to our
they
health.
took away Elmer Fudd's gun.
Oh, come on!
Yeah.
They actually took away. I'm looking up at my shelf because I have Yukon Cornelius up there, like a figure of him.
Yeah, he packs
And
heat.
he has no gun because.
Really?
But he did in Rudolph. He had a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, not. I'm surprised he has a knife. I can show you. Hold on, if I can reach him without killing him. There he is. See? He has no
They took
gun.
away his gun, huh?
No, I mean, he's a nut. His snowshoe
his
fell off.
Ice pick or
Got
whatever.
a knife.
Right. A
I
knife.
mean, how can you have that? That's not safe either. Take that away next, probably. His ice pick, can't carry that on TSA won't allow that. But
Right.
No.
Jeez.
Good old Yukon.
Well, Bill wants to know what kind of drones we're talking about. We were talking about
Oh, we got sidetracked. Yeah.
the Flash DJI FPV drone. We're talking about that, and what else is coming? Are there any other drones coming out pretty quick here?
Oh, let me guess. Mavic 3?
Oh,
Do you think that's right around the corner?
I haven't got a clue. I do not want to buy another drone. I've got two Mavic 2 Pros.
Me too.
And
Yep.
2 of them, and it's like I don't want to buy another drone this year, even if they come out with a Mavic 3 with OcuSync 3 or whatever.
Skip a generation. That's what I'm gonna do if I can stand it.
Mini.
What is it? What do you want to do, Chuck?
I said I'm gonna do my best to skip a generation because, like you, I have a pair of Mavic 2 Pros,
Yeah.
and they do everything I need them to do.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna do something to try to take money out of our.
Take gorgeous video and pictures.
You wait. They'll do something that'll be like, I have to have that.
Well, some
Just
people,
wait. But I'll try to resist.
and I used to feel that way too. Like the new DJI this and DJI that, and now it's like some people really should fly the drones they have and not worry about what's the next thing to make a review about.
Yeah, you don't need the newest late. I can't believe I'm saying this. Sorry, Art. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's kind of nice to be comfortable with a drone that I've had for over 2 years now, and I feel comfortable piloting it. I know most of the nuances and stuff, and then I almost hate they waited too long this time. They let me get comfortable. So DJI, foolish company that they are. I mean, I'm comfy. Now I have 2. It's like even harder to get because now I got to sell off 2 of them to get
I've got
one.
the Air 2, and I love it. I like it the way it is. I've
That's
got
a great
the
drone.
original
Oh, it
Autel
is.
Evo. I like that, but
Yep. The Air 2 is great. You get 4K 60. That's one thing we would like, Mike, that they're going to tease us with. Go, look, you can have 4K 60.
Right. They always hold it back. Like, of course, that has a smaller sensor. So, the Mavic 3, 4K, 120 with a big sensor. Who knows? But it's like, I'm going to try and resist it.
Phantom 5.
If not 8K 60 or some crazy thing.
Right.
Then you'll need to buy a crazy supercomputer to edit.
Right. That's just it. I don't even have a 4K TV in the house. I've got a monitor for my computer, but I still got to upgrade to a 4K TV just to for streaming stuff.
Yeah. Well, maybe DJI is thinking like
kind of butter in a tub that would open up and say 4K.
I remember at Parquet.
4K.
Oh, maybe DJI isn't as.
Anybody under 40 doesn't know what we're talking about.
I watch the reruns. I'm kidding. No, DJI. That's why they're releasing the FPV drone, probably because they know that most of us are like, we're just going to hang on to the Mavic 2s because they're that good. So they're going to try to get us with something different. Get an FPV drone. Try this out. Here. You can kick the training wheels off once you get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, too, I know it's a ways off, but whenever remote ID comes along, to have that built in, and
that could be slowing it down too. Yeah.
And then maybe it would be nice if they could have a strobe.
Sorry.
It'd be nice to have a strobe light built in too to the drone.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Instead of having a Velcro one on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the LEDs pointing down are really nice. The landing lights are pretty awesome.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if they could do something
they light up right.
They're awesome. I love the way they come on automatically. Like when you're flying at dusk and you go out and do a mission, you come back and it starts to get a little sketchy light wise, and they just come on.
Right. It's very
cool.
alien like,
It is, but
it's cool.
It is very cool. And they light up awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, man.
It's a good feature.
Let's say hello to DumbTube and Bill from Coast to Coast Drones.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill. Butter. Is that what when you lifted the lid on the thing? Butter.
Now, in those old commercials,
Arcade.
who was the guy who did the commercials?
I don't remember. What?
He was in a big show in the 70s.
I don't remember.
At least one of them. Remember the show Alice?
Yeah.
About the diner?
Oh, yes. Vic Tayback.
Vic Tayback did the
Vic
voice?
Tayback, yeah. He was the guy
about him.
opening the tub saying, the tough guy from the diner in back yelling. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
those were the days,
funny to
man.
remember that
Pre 9/11, pre COVID.
right.
Scariest thing was swine flu. Those were the good old days.
Yeah.
It's
crazy, man. It's
Get your bike
but,
home before dark, or you're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, speaking of COVID, my COVID scare I think is over.
Oh, good. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. One of the girls that works for me has been working all week. Her daughter has it, but so far so good there. And the one girl who did get sick, who's been off for the last 2 weeks, she's coming back Monday. And so she, looks like we got past this one, and I'll get the shot whenever it's my time. I have mixed feelings about that.
Yeah.
We have no long-term studies yet.
We are the long-term study.
Right.
How do you like being a guinea pig? How's it feel?
Yeah, right.
You want some more lettuce? Maybe a carrot?
Oh man.
I know.
But it's what are we gonna do? It's like hopefully like last year when the good weather comes. Remember last spring it really died down last summer compared to Thanksgiving and stuff.
Seems like that's probably more about easier to spread out though, and kind of what I mean, distancing becomes more of a natural thing when the weather's warm and comfy and stuff. And so you get all bunched up, and that's part of it, I'm sure. But
right,
you guys ought to talk about this tomorrow because there's a whole bunch of political aspects.
Right, I'm trying to be apolitical.
Yeah, good move. I know it's not easy because there's so many undertones with this particular topic.
Right.
But yeah. What's this about the FAA? What? Letting up on the rules? No. They're not letting up on the rules. They're BVLOS is why they're doing what they're doing. Amazon wants to fly their drones to deliver packages and stuff, so they have to change the rules for them, and then they'll find a way to make our lives
because
more
everybody
difficult.
wants to get their tube shots by air delivery.
Yes, I want my tube socks by air delivery. Darn it all!
Yeah. Well,
I just don't see. Even if those
didn't
Amazon
they have,
drones
air
are big,
guns. Remember
There's stuff they just can't carry.
The guys throwing
Right.
shirts at the ball games. They had that little gun.
Yes, they still use that. They still use that thing.
Yeah.
oh,
And they slingshot them and
the
everything.
cannon?
And like, yeah. The slingshot thing's pretty cool. I like when they have the people with like a big slingshot. They use that at the Carrier Dome.
Hello, plane
Right.
aviation.
now they just have the cheerleaders throw them up in the stands.
The plane.
But
I get distracted. I watch the cheerleaders and I don't see the shirts coming in the head or
oh, I
something.
know. The cheerleaders and the dance team over in the corner. That is two different
It's
groups.
the two best things.
There's
things
all kinds of
about
eye
going
candy
to a
at the
game.
football games.
Yeah, it's the only reason.
But anyway, it's
because it ain't for the cheap beer.
right. Oh yeah, real cheap. $9 a
It's
beer.
not
is it?
for. I'm saying it's not for the cheap beer that you
Oh,
go.
man.
Good night, Ron.
Ron, you're taking off. Aw.
Yeah. And who can
care,
forget
Ron.
that 10-cent beer night at Indians Field?
God, man.
That was probably before Chuck's time, where they had a riot because of the cheap beer they gave away.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Wow.
I remember 10-cent wings though.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10-cent wings. SUNY Binghamton. Used to go out.
Wow. Is that where you went to school?
Yeah, now it's
Yeah.
Binghamton University. It kind of converted. It changed over right when I got there, but yeah, it was like SUNY Binghamton when I started and Binghamton University like when I left. Converted while I was there.
Yeah.
So I have a mixed bag of memorabilia from that place. Most importantly, the diploma, though. That's the most important part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. Back to those Amazon drones, though.
Yeah.
Whatever, I know they'll be robust and all this stuff, and they're a ways off. But I just in a Syracuse snowstorm, I don't know, man.
It's really a horrible idea.
Right.
I mean, the technology is not ready.
Right.
It just isn't. I mean, come on. You know the stuff we all fly is pretty much state of the art. I mean, the autonomy of it is exceptional, and we've all had incidences where, well, at least I think we all have. I know I have, where the thing kind of runs off on its own, whether or not you kept. I mean, so what are they going to do? What's Amazon going to do when these things just goes rogue on them because it drops satellites or something and runs over Mrs. Smith's dog or something and tries to puree it with props this big?
Hey, we got us a drone with some
shots. One eventually will crash.
Yeah, it's going to do property damage. Then we can say, "Oh, we're sorry."
Mathematical certainty. One will crash. It's the news. You know how people get now sometimes with us flying little drones over their property and having a fit. Imagine a 400-pound drone going over your house,
carrying a 50-pound freaking my tower for my computer that I just built weighed in at 50 something pounds. I want to see the drone that's going to carry that, and then what if that thing crashes? Holy.
Right into the snowbank.
Snowbank.
Well, how about these guys that
They'll break its fall.
Right.
They do aerial spraying for agriculture.
Yeah, that's actually a good application for those.
Yeah,
I would think spraying hornets' nests and stuff would be good too.
All those industrial drones that are out now. I mean, those things are great for like agriculture and mapping and all that. It's terrific.
Yep. Firefighting drones, they're starting to make those. That's really cool because a fire truck ladder only go up to like the 7th or 8th floor on a high-story building, like in a multi-story building in New York City. Imagine having a drone. You can just fly up and at least take a stab at it.
Carry like a hose up?
I mean, Mike, you froze a little bit. Are we all freezing? We just don't see ourselves freezing?
Just Mike. Just Mike.
Yeah, you froze.
Me? Yeah.
Oh, there
I don't know if it's on my end or what. I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm not plugged in, so.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
It is. 5G is wonky. 5.8 gigahertz or 1.21 gigawatts. Great Scott.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm using my regular home Wi-Fi, but sometimes it's solid and other times it's a little squirrely. And my internet went out today, actually, for a little while, just from the cable company. But I, restarted the modem and came back. So maybe my modem's going,
Yeah, I think Fios isn't exactly the greatest either. They gave me a new router / Wi-Fi access point. I only used the router portion, but everything's been wonky ever since they changed the thing. My parents had the same thing happen to them, and they called up Verizon, and Verizon came over and said, "Oh yeah, we got to change this and that and the other thing because this stuff's not all compatible with one another." I'm thinking, did you do that to me too? Because I've had problems ever since I got this new sexy router thing. It looks like a big beer can. It looks like a thermos actually.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the
I've
jerk.
seen
Oh, I'm
those.
picking out a thermos for you. Not an ordinary thermos for you. Remember that? The jerk. I don't know why that popped into my head. It's kind of fun. Everybody sing along.
I've never heard it.
What? It's in the jerk with Steve Martin?
I
No?
never saw that. You know.
Oh
I
man.
haven't either.
Okay. Really? Oh, you got
Nah,
it.
I'm more like my movie choices. If we want to go down that road, we get pretty dark, you know.
Oh, we were looking into how long ago they started using drones to film movies, and like we ended up looking at one of the earlier ones was in the mid 80s.
Really?
They were using a radio controlled helicopter. Now I can't remember this.
Oh yeah.
But like the Bond movie, was it Skyfall? They used, it was like 2013. They used pretty
That
cool
one's-
stuff to film the rooftop motorcycle chase. So anyways, I can't believe drones have been in movies that long, and now look how advanced they are.
I know.
So-
It's like no reason to get a big chopper. You got footage that is just butter smooth, you know, and no shaking. Like in the movie Braveheart, there's a scene there where in the beginning when he's starting his romance and they're backing away, and you could tell it was on a helicopter because it was shaking and stuff. And that was 1995, you know.
Yeah,
so,
well, yeah, lots changed, and from between 95, just in that 10-year period, from 95 to 2015, that's when everything switched to drones.
yeah.
And now these FPV drones, like these cinematic FPV drones, I know they're using that kind of stuff already because they get the swoopy stuff. You know,
Right.
It's not always nice to have the gimbal rock solid and perfectly horizontal. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of a sway.
Right, that swaying.
Yeah.
With being smooth, yeah.
Yeah. You know, a bunch of the guys on YouTube are doing that now. They're doing not so much the loop-de-doop stuff, more.
Well,
just the
like
real
Sean Oz
fluid.
just put out a
Yeah.
video where he's up at Loveland Pass with Ed Ricker, and Ed Ricker is buzzing around with his FPV drone, and,
Yeah.
and Sean is flying his Mini 2, and they're doing side-by-side comparisons, but I mean, he can't go as fast as the FPV, but he was getting some really good shots like the FPV drone.
So he had the Mini with the gimbal lock, or the gimbal locked. So when the drone pitched, was he
Right.
flying it?
So I'm not
I gotta
sure.
watch this video then, if that's what.
Yeah.
I saw Ed Ricker had posted something. I didn't get over to it today. I was kind of messing around with editing footage and stuff.
Right?
Plus, you can't watch everybody. I mean, there's just so many.
Yeah.
You know, we're all
It is overwhelming.
sub to so many people.
It is,
So-
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Try
Yeah,
to
and
work
I
my way
try
around.
to go see other people once in a while.
I can get around. Some good stuff out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Some of the little channels have some really awesome stuff. And then you wonder, like, you see these little channels where these guys are doing this really amazing stuff and they have like 100 subscribers. And then there's like these channels with like over 1,000 subscribers, and you watch your stuff and it's like the footage is all janky and everything. I'm like, how? What is,
Yep.
did he bribe the subscribers? What the hell's going on here? Do you
Well,
know what I
that's
mean?
one
It's like
way.
really weird. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've heard of that whole literally. I don't know how it is. People buying subscribers.
I've heard
And,
about
you
that
know,
too. I don't know how to
some
do it.
sort of service, and they're all bots or whatever.
Get bots.
And you know, but I just can't. Why do that? You know, what is that?
Where's the
you know.
reward in
Well,
that? I
don't
mean,
think
part of
they
the
do that anymore because the algorithms will catch up to that.
Right.
And
Oh, okay, yeah.
as soon as
Yeah.
you get all those subs, you'll lose most of them, or if not all of them.
But why would you want to do that and fake it?
I don't know.
know.
What's the challenge in that? The whole
Yeah.
challenge of this thing is to be better, to get better,
That's
and to
for
earn
you,
subscribers.
Chuck.
That's the goal, right? It's,
No, we won't call her. You
No.
know, It's funny whenever Ken Heron says it. Sure enough, mine. I have to immediately tell it to stop because it'll tell the same joke that Ken Heron is getting. You know.
I've had the same problem. It's like, bling, no, cancel.
Yeah.
Freaking Ken.
Yeah.
So you guys are from back east. Do you remember Wilkins Coffee?
No.
No.
Well, that was one of Jim Henson's first TV commercials.
Really?
Really?
I mean, this is black and white stuff.
Can you share it?
They're pretty violent because what this little Muppet-like character comes on, and if you don't drink Wilkins coffee, he shoots.
Wow. that would not be approved today, which
Listen,
is a
you
shame
drink
because
this coffee, pal.
or else.
Well, they've got them on YouTube if you want to go watch them. So I saw one the other day. Somebody had I think it was on TV or something. They were talking. Oh, I know. It was on Facebook. They were talking about, Jim Henson's early work, and so you got to see a real early version of the Muppets, and then he really got famous with Sesame Street.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a Sesame Street generation kid.
On the road to Sesame.
Yeah. In fact, I remember when the electric company started up just in time for me. It sounded like it was all about me. No, really, it just worked. The timing was just right for that. I guess maybe because I don't know, our generation was like the first with Sesame Street, and then we brought on remember Zoom? You guys remember Zoom? Box 350-02134. No, you remember? No.
No, just
My
Schoolhouse
generation
Rock.
was. Do you remember? It was the local on Channel 5. I know no one else in the chats. It's the Syracuse stuff. The Magic Toy Shop.
Oh God, lady, was it Emily, and Eddie
Marilee.
Flumdum,
Eddie Flumdum and the Play Lady.
and the play.
Marilee
I met them.
just died.
Yeah,
Huh?
that was too bad. I
Yeah,
met
she
them
died.
when I was a kid. We were at something down at the War Memorial or something, and they were there.
Yeah.
And I have a black and white picture that's signed by all three of them somewhere.
Yeah.
I think I even had like a fake sign, like was it Mr. Trolley or what? Not Mr. Trolley. What was the Come on, that was
Mr.
Captain
Trolley.
Kangaroo.
Yeah.
Was it Mr. Trolley?
Yeah, with the train on his head.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
That
was
dude.
in one of Ozzy's
Yeah.
songs. Mr. Trolley.
Close, but no.
Uh,
That's a
and
fail.
then also on I think this was a national show. Room 222.
I remember Room 222. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yes, I
was.
remember that.
Yeah.
Captain
course,
Kangaroo Kid. Yeah, there you
Captain
go.
Kangaroo.
With
Oh,
the
Captain
ping pong
Kangaroo
balls
was
and Bunny
awesome.
Rabbit and Mr. Green Jeans.
Right.
Yeah. Bob Keeshan, I think. Was that his name? Bob Keeshan?
I think so.
Captain
And I guess he
Kangaroo?
was a highly decorated World War II veteran, You would never know
He
that.
was at
He is a super cool
Iwo Jima,
dude.
I believe. And he was a medic, and one of the soldiers that he tended to that was wounded was Lee Marvin.
Right?
Oh.
Another World War II guy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, it's amazing
And
how
Jay-
that generation of celebrities had a lot of service. Jimmy Stewart, served in the Air Corps, and crazy. It's a
was a
different
pretty-
world now.
Pretty solid generation, honestly. A lot of integrity.
James
Yeah.
Doohan, who
Yeah.
played Scotty on Star Trek, he was wounded at Normandy.
Yeah.
He
Wow.
lost his middle finger on his right hand.
Wow. So that's
I
where
know that.
Spock got then, huh?
Live long and
Well,
prosper
guys, it's
without one
about that
finger.
time. It's time to spin the wheel for toffee. So everybody in the chat, pick a number between 1 and 50, and we'll spin for toffee. So everybody in the chat, pick a number between 1 and 50. Mike, Chuck, you are welcome to put your number in.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Can you enter 50 times?
Alright.
I'll take 5.
I
So
put in
got dibs on
26.
5.
Alrighty.
There's a lot of 25s in there.
I don't have the
21,
YouTube chat
well,
up in
we'll
front of
just
me.
Someone
take the
has,
first
somebody has
25.
4'6". Is that what it says? That's
Alrighty,
46.
guys, let's share the screen.
177. That's a little bigger than 50, I
guys.
think. Send him back to 5th grade. Something went wrong.
All right, guys, here we are. We're getting ready to click the spin. And you know what I need to do? Let's back it out, try that. We'll share the audio this time.
Grumpy
There
Vlogger's
we
going
go.
for 50.
Everybody's got their numbers. Alrighty, let's go pick a number.
Place your bets.
Place your bets. Good sound. I feel like I'm in the casino.
The number is 35.
Let's see, who had 35? Did anybody?
Okay, who has?
Oh, Texas Arch did.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
I think he's the
is
first one to
the
put it in there
winner.
too. Let's see. Yep.
Michael
he's-
Wright, email me your address and I will ship that out to you.
Of course, he put in almost 50 numbers anyway. He was cranking them in as fast as he could.
Yes, here's my email.
But he's the only guy to pick that number anyway. So
Yep.
nice. Congrats, man.
Congrats,
cool.
Michael.
Make sure any dental work is firmly fastened before you start chewing on toffee.
And there's my email address, and you could send me your address and I will ship that out to you. Cool. Congratulations, Michael. Okay. And any minute, James will be popping in, and we could talk about what's going on in the Philippines.
Cool. That'd be good to hear. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go grab my tea.
Ooh.
All right.
That
Give us
can,
some too. Pass it through the phone,
right.
or the modem.
Right back.
So Art, what do you think the shortest time of one discussion that James will have? How do I say this? What will be the shortest response to a question or something that James will have this evening? Do we do it in minutes or seconds or hours?
Probably minutes.
5?
Maybe more than that.
Okay. We could place bets on that.
And if it's
No,
if it's
I'm just kidding. I love James. Don't get me wrong. I know I'm talky too, but he's awesome. But
Yes, he is. Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, hopefully,
Did you-
yeah, it'd be kind of cool if Jessica would show up. Oh,
so she's the iguana person, right?
yep.
Okay. So I want to hear about how she shoots iguanas out of trees. I want to know.
Well, she's got an air rifle.
So does she have video of this, or is that like not
Oh
a good
yeah,
thing to
that's
put?
on her channel.
Nice. Like some high frame rate stuff where it's like slow motion, where it's like
There's some
It drops
slow
out of the
motion.
tree.
You could watch the lizard just kind of tumbling out of the tree and hitting the pavement down below.
I'd love to see how they respond, like in super high frame rate, like slow motion, and see how it Like cats. Cats must be fun to watch because they always seem to right themselves in midair. If the cat falls, it'll do all that acrobatic stuff and land with all
Well,
fours every time.
sometimes the ones where you see them on the roof, you hit them and they get kind of stunned and they just kind of, and they'll roll right off the roof.
Really?
And sometimes you have to hit them more than once to put them down.
Oh, that's like
Because
that's like a really bad like Friday the 13th movie where you can't take Jason out. You
yeah.
hit him a bunch
Mhm.
more than
Mhm.
once. Take him out, he's back. Comes out of the lake.
Oh, you'll be surprised how big some of those iguanas get.
I've seen him in the Caribbean. They're
Well, the biggest
3
one
feet?
I've seen that
Counting the
she
tail?
got was
4?
5 feet long.
Yeah, they get pretty monstrous in the Caribbean too. They don't have any natural predators, I don't think.
Mhm.
They hang out and they
those
love people food.
spiny tail iguanas, they're from Mexico. And they're aggressive. And you do not want to get a finger near that mouth.
Wow. So what about the
Because
ones
she
in the
had-
Caribbean? Are they we never had a problem with them.
Yeah,
They used to walk
Yeah,
around under
because
dinner
the-
tables and stuff.
yeah. Now down there in Florida, because there's no predators, and they like to eat. They're omnivores. They'll eat anything just about, but they like to eat fruits and flowers.
Yeah.
So if you have a hibiscus tree, they'll
Oh,
eat
they'll
all
strip
the.
it.
Hmm.
Oh, that would make my wife very angry.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if you
Yep.
spray them with like the pepper spray like we use for deer around this area. I wonder if that
Well,
would
you'll
slow them
piss
down or
them off.
if they you piss them off.
Probably. I don't know if that would affect them. I don't
They
know.
might like it. Like, maybe they like spicy food, so you put that on, they might
Who
like it more like
knows?
it's sauce.
I'll have
Thanks
to
for
ask
seasoning
her
it.
that. Next time I watch one of her channels, I'll say, "Hey, have you ever thought of like pepper spray?"
Ask, see what the dealio is.
Sometimes she'll get one that's getting away, and she just hauls ass and gets right out, and then steps on the tail and grabs him behind the neck.
She ever grab him and spin him around her head like this
Gotcha,
by the tail?
iguana.
Yeah.
No, they'll break off.
Oh, they do? Just like a lizard? Oh, yeah. Well, it's a
Yeah.
lizard. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big tail to
And
break
she-
off, though, really? That breaks the great big tail like that? Because they're like about, they're
Well, they'll break down. I don't know how far down.
2 inches in
Yeah.
diameter? They're pretty big tails up at the base
Well,
where they would...
Well, down near the tip, they've got a long, real narrow tip.
Yeah.
Hmm. And did you know those things will hold their breath for 30 minutes underwater?
Impressive.
Yeah, because they'll get into your pool, and they're a bitch to get out.
I heard
You have
ants
to get
can
one of
go...
those nets, like a pool net, kind of scoop them out of there. Yeah.
I know
There's
ants can
one
go
where
in unbelievably...
She got it down at the shallow end, and she's hanging over the edge, and she grabbed it. Yeah. Got her head underwater. Boop, boop.
Wow. And standing there. Oh,
But
that's
there
a
was
skill set.
one iguana that she got that had 2 tails.
a 2-tailed iguana.
Yeah,
I suppose it's
because
possible.
the tail had broken, and then it grew another one off the stub. Yeah. So that was pretty freaky.
That is freaky.
Hey, Glenn, Thunderbird 6, good to see you. And Lloyd, Grumpy Vlogger, good to see you. Alrighty.
Grumpy was on a little earlier. Sunrise Water Media is up.
Yeah.
So I wonder why James must be having a hell of a good breakfast today.
Yeah,
He's taking his
so.
time.
All right, looks like Mike is back. Maybe his
Is he working his way back in?
stream will be a little better.
He rebooted.
Hope so.
You reboot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Good night, Greg. Good to see you.
I saw the Canadian Drone Hub guys were on about 6:30. I stopped in to say hello to those guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
they're up
caught
so much.
those guys around 8 o'clock.
They are on all the time.
Twice a day.
It's at least.
I guess up in the Canada, you know, it's snowier than it is here, man.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, they're good dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roger's a really nice guy,
He
Yes, he is.
you know, and
I like Paul with his Muppet stuff. Mana, mana,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
oh, his therapy doll.
Yeah. I know I got on there. I got on the panel a couple of times. I remember I razzed Roger, you know, the Muppets thing. Somebody say Muppets. That's great.
Oh, if you want to get, you know who Andrew is?
No.
Oh,
He used to have the
Pusa?
channel Pusa Studios. Yeah. And he's on there quite a bit. And if you want to make him hurl, just talk. You know what balut is, Chuck?
Beluga?
Balut.
Not balut, no.
Okay, balut is a duck egg with an embryo in it. And it's a delicacy in the Philippines. And one day I was
tastes like
talking
chicken.
about it.
I think you need to add something to the end of the chicken part.
And then he's
Or
like,
letters.
nope, not going out. And he pulls off his headphones and he laughs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think chicken S blank blank T. You can buy a vowel to be an I.
Well, now what happened with Pusa Studios? He doesn't do that anymore, does he?
I don't think so. I think they just got
Which
tired of the
I
crap
thought
that they were getting.
was really popular.
Yep. And that
Were
was the
they-
channel that really
Who,
helped me
who was
get.
giving them crap?
to
Was it
1,000.
Trolls or YouTube?
Yep. Trolls and
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, I know they. Really? Wow. Yeah, it's tough. It's I know they got me up like a couple hundred more people than I would have had, just by being in the room.
Yeah, it's a cool group.
You know.
Wow.
Have a good nap.
You know,
Lloyd.
Mike, your stuff though, your drone stuff's pretty awesome, man. So it's like
Oh,
that's
thanks.
why you might get somebody into your channel and take a peek around, but if they don't like what they see, they're not going to stick around. So I mean,
Right.
it's like we were talking about before. To get the subs, you have to make stuff that's worthy. Of
Right. You got to
the
keep
time.
posting too.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
it has to be.
thing, is keep
Yeah,
it
good.
coming out.
That's the key.
Yeah, but it's got to be good, in my opinion.
Right. And the live streaming is a big thing. And then also, like, it's funny. I don't know if you noticed, Chuck. One I did just this summer already has like 1,200 views on it, and it's just a minute and a half of Skinny Atlas Lake.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And that-
Yeah, I remember going on the boat. I did the boat charter one night for dinner.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, went along all those things.
I followed the boat along there out there on the lake, and
Yeah.
but it's like that one, you know, must be in the algorithm a little bit or something of Skinny Atlas.
Must
you know?
be. Yeah, but
Let's
you know,
welcome all the way from Lipa City, Philippines. It's
Uh-oh.
James.
There goes-
my PI
there goes the
Drink.
neighborhood.
Call me Alexa.
Hi, good morning, guys. Good morning.
turn off my modem.
Hey, listen, I heard all those little stabs that you did to me earlier. But you know what? You know what, Chuck? You know what, Chuck? I love you too, man. And I think our relationship has grown to the point that you can make those kind of jokes at me. I can take it.
I know you can, man. I was.
James, you're a little hot. Turn down your mic. Just
Yeah, you are a
Okay.
little buzzy.
Okay, yeah, I looked at that. I just checked on that. Let me see. I forgot how to do
I
that.
think
Okay,
I
hold
heard playing.
Let me know. Let me know.
Your new
How's it-
guitar
Just got
on
excited.
there with the new preamp.
I just hit the automatic mic adjust. Is that better? It should be doing it on its own. Am I down?
There we go.
Yeah,
Sounds pretty
you're
good.
done.
That's better.
Hey, I finally watched Art mentioned your video on the preamp. I watched the one last night with my wife Lori. We were watching the cost of living in the Philippines, and you cheated. You cheated. You didn't include any automotive costs this year, so that's not a fair assessment.
No,
man.
I didn't cheat. I tell it like it is. I had no
Lowballed me.
auto.
If I go there and drive my truck
Yeah.
around, it's gonna cost me a fortune. It's gonna double my. I gotta figure in a factor like 25% higher or something.
Can you believe I've gone? It's been like 11 months, 10, 11 months, and I still haven't put any fuel in my vehicle.
I know, it's
still
amazing.
I still have about half a tank of fuel inside it. It's probably bad because it's really not good to
Diesel-
let fuel.
I don't know
sit-
if diesel goes bad though. Diesel's
I don't know
pretty
either.
gooey.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty
I know.
gooey. It's not refined like gasoline. Gasoline's so highly refined it fails. Like it's
Well, I
burnished.
tell you, I feel like I got an ant crawling.
Maybe
Got
you
a lot of ant problems. I got to tell you, last night, it was like
Yeah, go
we're,
tell
we're,
us.
we're we're under a full moon, and there you go. Oh, by the way, Art, I think instead of next week you doing the number for just a random number, I think you need to do what Chuck was kind of getting at earlier and just say how many minutes is James going to talk.
Oh,
straight
you did hear me
without-
pick
without
on you.
stopping.
I knew you.
I did. Hey man, I wouldn't miss the intro of this show for anything. That's besides the waffles, that's the highlight of my Sunday morning.
I know. It must have been a really good breakfast. You took your time coming in.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I was talking about the ants last
The
night.
ant
We have
problem.
we're in a full moon here. I mean, we have so much lunar illumination right now. You don't even need the yard lights on. I have them on all the fence posts inside here, and it's so bright. You could go right in the pool in the middle of the night. But last night, for some reason, I think it's the whatever they call that when you have the maximum amount of the illumination well, I don't think the moon is that close to because they have those orbits. You have the apogee and the whatever it is, the two when it's the furthest away. Perigee and the apogee, and
I think
and
it's
for the life of me,
5, what it is.
yeah. But there was something weird going on last night, and it was just a massive ant infestation everywhere here in the backyard. Because I went last night because we're having guests over this afternoon. Remember we did my wife's birthday. We went down to the German restaurant, and then because our birthday was on the 8th, but her family they weren't able to meet us for that. So what they're doing, it's like a belated family birthday get together, and they're coming over today, and we're doing the pool thing like we did with them the last time. So last night I decided, well, the best time to treat your pool is like at nighttime. Put all the chlorine in there, and that makes it more effective and everything like that. So I was walking out kind of in the dark back there, and I mixed up a little bit of chlorine inside my bucket before I started adding all the water to it. And I'm standing there, and I'm feeling like thousands of bites on my feet, because you don't wear shoes here. Everybody wears slippers, or especially around the house. And I'm thousands, and I'm like, and I'm wiping them off, and I'm feeling like I'm getting all these stings. So I went back into the house because I can't see that area between the raised bed garden and the pool where the stone walkway is. You can't see except for the illumination from the moon. So I went and I got my LED light, and I went back over there, and it was like you couldn't even see the stone. It was
Wow.
all covered in ant, and they were all. That's what had gotten me over there. So what I did, I kind of followed, and it went everywhere. Oh no!
It's moving.
The ground was moving. The ground was moving. My walkway was like you go in the airport and you get on that little thing that beltway that take. Well, that's kind of like what it was. It looked just like it was moving like this a lot. So anyway, last night I had to spend a lot of time. Yeah, I gotta do that every now and then. So anyway, I had to do the spraying, do a lot of spraying last night to make sure that we're okay for today, because it wasn't just there. I was around with my flashlight all over the backyard last night, and it was in a raised bed garden, in the grass, on your railstone that was going to the swimming pool. We don't want that because these are biting ants. These are biting ants, and we got family coming
Oh.
over today. So
Like
I had to
fire
do-
ants here.
You know,
They
we
cut-
were talking about iguanas and how they can stay underwater for like what 20 or 30 minutes. Art.
30 minutes.
Oh, I missed
So
that.
ants supposedly can stay submerged for like what 2 weeks. I think is what somebody said. Because
Wow.
they
You'll
they
have
they
to
they'll,
check
they'll
out
trap like an
Monkey
air
Gusto's.
bubble on their thorax or whatever. They can live off the air bubble that's stuck to their little fuzzy, the fur, because they on their exoskeleton they have like it collects
Yeah.
an air bubble, so they can live like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that exoskeleton thing. That
And they'll make like
that's why.
rafts with themselves. Like fire ants will make like ant rafts and they'll float around like when they had the floods down in Texas. They had fire ant rafts floating around in the floodwaters, which is just probably a really great time if you're trying to go from one place to the other and you have a fire ant raft come and visit you.
Well, I talked about it. I talked about it before. The Philippines has more insects, I think, than, or maybe down in the Amazon or in the jungles in Vietnam and in Cambodia and Laos and stuff like that. But I think these tropical jungle type places really are the habitat. That's where all the insects go on vacation. We go to Palawan. And the insects come to my backyard. So it's crazy.
I remember the ants who do conga lines in the Caribbean when my wife and I used to stay, and they told us just there was nothing you could do about it. Just dig that they were there and not worry about them. You could do little conga lines, little sugar ants.
Well,
Now,
check. I
Dave,
got check.
Any of those things down there are able to kill you?
Yeah, the pythons.
Ruin your day.
Oh,
And
you
that-
mean the cobras?
And I killed. Cobra. Is it cobra? No, it's python.
Yeah, cobras.
Cobra.
Pythons are
Nasty.
or
Cobra Kai.
Amazon.
I think no. They got pythons here and a python. They're pythons. I'm pretty sure
So
they're pythons.
they would have
I'm
to
pretty
get
sure.
a hold of you to squeeze you, though, right?
Well, no. Let's see. There's another one. There's another very venomous snake over here. I thought it was maybe it's not the python, but all I know it was the one that I caught in my basement. We were sitting there in the basement. I don't know if I told you that story, but Ness and I were watching a movie down inside the basement, and every evening we bring the dogs in. Marianne has her little routine. She eats dinner. And she knows as soon as she gets done with dinner, it's playtime inside the house. She has to come in the house. So she came inside the house, but she's pretty cool. She's a cool dog. And she looks for every rodent inside the house. She does a investigation of every corner, every place, and she checks the house out to make sure it's safe for us. And she alerted on what I thought was my guitar cable, microphone cable, over in the corner of the music room where we were watching a movie. And she alerted, but she didn't go to the point, but she alerted on it. And then it was dark because we were watching a movie with the projector on. And then I went over. I said, "Oh, it's just a bunch of cables over there." Until I noticed one of the cables was moving, and I turned the light on. Yeah, and it was about a meter, about 1 meter, about a 1 meter snake that was inside there. And here the houses, and I've talked about it before. The doors, they're not sealed like they are in the U.S. They have big gaps underneath for air to go back and forth through. And that's probably how it got inside there. But yeah, there are dangerous snakes over here that are lethal. And I see each year, 4 years I've been here. Each year, it's about six snakes that I see inside the backyard back
Okay,
here.
the poisonous snakes of the Philippines. Cobras. Lance-headed pit vipers.
Pit
Coral
vipers.
snakes. And sea snakes.
Yeah, I have a picture.
Snakes.
I have a picture somewhere. I'm not prepared. I you know how I normally like to come to the table with a share screen of something. I do have something to share with you though in just a few minutes, but it's not. But I have the one of the snake, and I thought maybe I showed it to somebody else, but maybe I'll try to prepare that for the next time. If you invite me again on your show.
Sharing is caring.
So, yeah. Oh, so I wanted what I wanted to get to is Chuck. I have to ask you.
Yeah.
And I thought so much of you last night when I put. As a matter of fact, I was going to put a disclaimer at the very beginning of my video.
No.
And I was going to put a disclaimer with your name on there and say, Chuck, if you're watching this, advance immediately to time frame 35 minutes or something like that. Where Ness was testing it, because I know you had just told me, James, you need to cut down your video. You need
Don't
to cut
listen
down.
to me. Do whatever's artistic for you, man.
But I gotta ask you, and I gotta be honest with you, and or you have to be honest with me. Did you watch that video all the way through from beginning to end? I don't think
My
you
wife
did.
did. I walked
Your
out
wife
of the
did?
room.
Oh, bless your
I
wife.
could hear you. No, she sat right through it. And I came back. I said, "So how much did it cost?" We got to the tail end.
Can you believe that?
Actually,
did you see-
I was just the whole thing with the diesel and not driving for you. I'm like, that's got to be a pretty significant. Like typically though, James, how much do you spend like on a non wacky year like last year? How much do you spend on fuel for the vehicle?
I will, because we drive into during a non-pandemic year, normal typical year, we will probably drive into Manila at least once a month, maybe twice a month. It depends on our shopping, and that's our long distance driving that we do here, because you can't go much further to the south because we hit the sea. We're 35, 40 minutes from the ocean down here, and then and we usually. Well, we don't go north of Manila. We haven't done it up in the Angeles City, where a lot of expats live over there. But we do a lot of our shopping up in Manila, the Alabang, Manila area. So, and that's twice. That's our long distance that we have in. And it's really not that far. But your question, how much do I spend? I would probably say per month, I would probably say maybe about $70. About $70 for fuel.
It's
Because
like
one tank.
4,000 pesos.
Well, that's it. But no, it's more than that.
Really? 'Cause
4,000. Yeah, that's right. No, that's about right. That's about right.
I was just guessing, but yeah, because I mean, I went to Mexico once a couple years ago, and I remember like, wow, stuff's cheap here because you pay in
But it's
dollars.
But it's not. The fuel is more expensive now
Fuel,
because
electricity, energy stuff is really expensive.
Fuel is really. I will tell you, before the pandemic, and you're going to have to calculate this. I don't have my calculating part of my brain working right now. I'm still having coffee for the morning. But the price they do per liter here, and is approximately right around 3.6 liters, I think, in a gallon or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, because when we go to Canada here, we have to deal with that. Mike knows.
Yeah, I know. I normally multiply times 4 to round it off. But it was costing before the pandemic, the price of fuel, I'm going to say around 50, 56, 58 pesos per liter. So that comes out just under $5 a gallon is what it was. I don't know what, I haven't been in the US. What was it last year in the US per gallon? What was the price of fuel?
Before or after, during COVID, because
before COVID, and that's what I'm talking about.
Like in the north, well, we pay more in New York State because we have all kinds of taxes on taxes and taxes. But I would say, what about $3 something? Would you say $3 and something, Mike, for a gallon of like 87 octane?
Okay, so then.
Am I right, Mike? Am I right, Mike? Because I usually just go like this and fill the thing up. I don't like the look.
Yeah, I don't either. I just stick the credit card in there. I say, stick the credit card. Say, no receipt. Don't worry about it. I don't even want to know what I just spent. But
yeah,
but I think so. We're probably
what?
Yeah, so we're
what
on the price of gas. You know, it's $3.65.9.
$3.65.9. Yeah, that's right.
You know the little 9 at the end of the thing.
Yeah,
it's
like
9/10 cent.
So fuel is really expensive over here. So I'm going to say probably 25% more than the prices in the U.S. And but there's a weird thing. I don't understand this. Maybe you can explain it to me. Any of you? Diesel is cheaper, like it was in the U.S. back in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
Diesel is cheaper here than regular gasoline.
But it doesn't require the refinement. So
but in the U.S. now, diesel is more expensive, right? Isn't diesel more expensive than regular gasoline? The price per gallon?
If that's true, then it's supply and demand. I think you might be right, James. I don't have a diesel vehicle, so I rarely pay attention. I'll have to look, but diesel, yeah.
Somebody, I'm sure somebody know. I'm sure somebody
Somebody's gonna
here
chime
knows.
in with it for sure.
Or Google it, or just see what the price in the U.S. per somebody Google and see. But I'm pretty sure before I left, it was more expensive for diesel than it was for gasoline.
Thunderbird 6 is
And this
456.
is an
Did you-
Australian.
Did you see what
Oh.
Bill Koshat said, Art? He said that James is going to scare you from going to the
Oh yeah.
from retiring
well,
to the Philippines.
that was
Oh,
Tim Toes.
Sorry,
But-
For an Aussie
Well, no,
bill.
but for all of we're talking about the things that cost more over here. But in the overall view of it is, and if the price of living here, the cost of living is much less than
Oh, yeah.
it is in the U.S. I put examples on the cost of living that I posted a few days ago, and one of the big things has to do with the things that we feel forced, and most of the time we are forced to do, and that's like insurance and taxes in the U.S. The prices I will say for taxes over here are half of what it is, or half or less than it is in the U.S. My house, we have the same size house here as we do in the U.S. Approximately the same value. And the one in the U.S., my taxes per year are $2,500. Here, I think I showed on there, I think they were about, I don't remember that, it was like $1,100 or something like $1,200, something like that. So half the price for the taxes over here. And what is cool about the Philippines, and it makes sense, is when your house gets older over here, they depreciate your house in the Philippines and your taxes go down. Even though the value of it for selling would go up, they know it's going to cost money for maintenance and stuff. They use a common sense approach, and your taxes will go down on your property over here, or your house. But in the U.S., almost every year, because I remember when I first started paying taxes back in 2007 on our house in the U.S., I think my taxes were about $1,800. And they've gone from 18 to $2,500, and they keep going up every single year. But the valuation, the assessment, what the tax assessors do.
Your house goes down in value? That just makes it a crappy. It
No,
takes away the investment
The
factor. Right there.
taxes, the taxes go down.
Oh, I thought you said, but I thought it was based on the assessment. You said the assessment went down, which means the value of the home went down. Or maybe I
No, it's
misunderstood.
based on depreciation.
They have a depreciation is what they do over here. But if you were to sell your house, it's a pretty good buying a house if it's a good house, and definitely buy.
I'm sorry, it's a good one.
Good one.
Chris, it's a good one, man.
But I will tell you though, for an investment, if you're able to buy, and like for me, I paid, but my wife's name is on the title because she's a former Filipino. Expats can't buy property over here without some weird rule
Except
about some kind of
condos.
businesses. What's that?
They could buy a condo.
Well, I'm talking about land.
Yeah, that's right.
But what I'm getting at is the appreciation of land over here is great. It's great. It's about 10% per year. So if you want a good return on your investment, a good steady return on your investment, and you're married to a Filipino, the Philippines is a good place to have property. It's a good place. Because our property here, we bought this in 2010, and it's over doubled from what we paid in 2010. So it's 11 years. We got 100% return in 10 years, 10, 11 years.
Well, I didn't watch the preamp video. I know R asked you about it early on. We sidetracked you, or I sidetracked
Yeah.
you, but yeah.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't be able to last through that one, and I really didn't want to make it as long as I
My
did.
ADD,
And I,
man. It just
Yeah.
I can only take, it's not you, it's me. Don't feel bad.
but it's a good. I think it's a good video. It's maybe over detailed.
Informative.
Yeah, it's maybe a little bit over. Yeah, maybe a little bit over detailed on there. But what I try to do, my approach is I want to cover the people who do this all the time and just find it interesting how somebody else did it. But I also want to appeal to those who have never done a certain kind of project before, and I want to break it down so simple that somebody is not intimidated by doing something like drilling a hole or cutting a big hole in the guitar and doing it right, not spending astronomical amounts of money for other people to do these projects if people want to do it on their own. And I think that's my main goal, is for the novice user for something like that. That's my target.
By the way, I took your challenge. I took the Mavic 2 out and flew and put it in FPV mode today.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say I took it out and I flew it inside a volcano. That's my real challenge.
No, that's very cool that you could do that. I couldn't do that, but let's just say the results were less than satisfactory. So, but I did give it a whirl. I wanted to because I'd never tried it. You just, Chuck, you should try it out. So I did, and yeah, not so much. I think we'll get the real. If I want to go FPV, I'll have to get the real deal.
Well, I heard you all talking before I came in this morning. I heard you talking about skipping a generation, and that's kind of my strategy too. I like skipping either. If you have something like you have, yours is working, it's doing what it needs. It's like my Mac.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't upgrade so many times.
'cause
I skipped several generations before I upgraded. If it works, it works. But then again, I agree with you that some people are like, I gotta have the latest and greatest, and they have every generation of every.
Yeah.
Sort of like my GoPro. Like I got the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, but that was an investment on the GoPro for the channel. That's,
Right, yeah.
That's to make improvements on the channel as we were going along. But what I wanted to ask you is, I heard you say something about waiting for the next generation DJI. Do you have information about what's coming up? What's coming up and when?
No, I haven't heard anything yet. I mean, everybody's been speculating on Mavic 3, but I'm kind of wondering how many people watching are thinking the same as me and Mike, like, and you too, James. It sounds like where what we have works. We used to buy the late DJI hooked me every single time. I remember I started with a Mavic Pro, then I bought Spark, then I had the freaking Mavic Air, then I bought the Mavic 2, and then the Mavic 2's been doing just fine with me. In fact, I liked it so much I found a second one. It's like, I think a lot of guys are like me.
From South Florida, Adrian Mateo Drones. Hey, Adrian.
Hey,
Good to see you.
Yo, Adrian.
What's going on, Chief? How you all doing today?
Adrian, brother, how you doing, man?
Good to see you.
Doing
to see
pretty
you.
good.
So
keep it up.
DJI's got a rollout coming out on Tuesday. They're having, I don't know if it's a live stream or what. But
Droning On's
they're
doing a
gonna have
live stream. I know that for sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about the FPV drone, the Flash.
Yeah.
That's what the
Adrian's got he's got a production studio there. I just saw somebody making a modification on his little microphone in the background right there, man. Must be nice to have hired hands inside the house that can help you out with your studio.
Yeah, these hands are the only one working over here.
I also got to tell you, I feel like the redheaded stepchild here, because every one of you guys got your boom mics and all set up, and I got to tell you, before I came on the show, just before I came on the show, I went downstairs. Remember I told you I bought the new microphone? And I wanted to do a box opening and a review of that microphone. But I felt so left out because you guys are all in this really neat professional studio, and I'm sitting here with my laptop, right here, and I don't have it's the internal microphone on it. So I ran down in my basement this morning. I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to skip a video episode. I'm going to have that boom mic here. And I can't find it. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere in.
I'm kind of jealous of your studio, to be honest. I mean, I don't have palm trees swaying in the background or anything like. Adrian could do something similar. If he sat outside, it'd be like palm trees and
you see my punk duck back there.
Yeah.
The float.
That looks nice.
That's I took that out. I took that out because my niece's daughter will be over here today, and she's like, I don't know, like 3 years old. and I wanted her to have a float inside the board. She might be intimidated because that's a big float. I don't know, and it's got a patch and a tattoo, so I don't know how a little 3-year-old's going to handle that. But I actually had it out there yesterday. As a matter of fact, I think Rick got that for me.
Yeah, Rick Albert.
Yeah. Rick bought that for me, and Rick, I'm using it, and it's great. I enjoyed it yesterday. I put it out there, and I fell asleep on it in the swimming pool in the 5-foot section over there, and it was really nice. You gotta put your head on the tail. It's got a little tail that sticks up in the back, and it acts just like a pillow. And then you kind of wrap your legs around the front, around its head. That kind of sounds out of context right there. But anyway.
That's my life philosophy right there.
But it's real. It was really relaxing. But I got to tell you, I can't remember what I used to fill up the air inside there the last time. So I found myself doing the old-fashioned blowing inside there. Oh God! And that it took me a long time. With all that hot air, I was really expecting it to start floating into the sky after I blew that thing up. But
Hey, let's welcome all the way from Texas, Keith, a Jeep, a drone, and an old guy. Let's welcome old man. I mean.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing?
how's it going, Keith?
Yeah, good
Good
to see
to see
you.
you.
Good to
Doing
see
good
you,
now that the cold weather has left us. I got broken. I haven't had water for a week and a half now.
Wow.
You must be pretty parched.
How you doing, Keith?
No, drinking my root beer.
All right.
Luckily, I've got a little ditch right next door. I go with a bucket on a rope and throw it out in the ditch and haul me in some toilet flushing water.
Oh, jeez.
There you go.
Those are rough times right there.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. At least
Yeah,
it
we
got,
all saw the news reports, man, and looking at the ice that was on those windmills, and
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah, it had to be ice. We're ready for floods. We're ready for wind. We're ready for hurricanes. Ice just doesn't happen here.
Well, I
Right.
guess that does now.
Yeah, it does now. Yeah.
Crazy.
That dang global warming's going to freeze us to death.
Keith,
Well, there was like Mike probably knows Dave Eichhorn up here. We have a meteorologist who's retired now, but he was pretty scientific. And apparently, when global warming happens, the cold air gets pushed down closer to the equator or something freaky like that. So maybe that's kind of what's going on.
I don't know.
I
Well,
just- It's not normal, that's for sure.
no, it's definitely not normal.
Can everybody hear me just well? Or is my
oh
microphone-
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're good, Adrian.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead,
go
Adrian.
Well, see, I was just asking because I don't have the expensive gold microphone like the hoes do. I got a cheap microphone that only cost me $45. So I'm just asking.
Hey, at least you got a microphone, man.
Well, hey, James. I mean, they one too. They're pretty cheap.
I don't even know where my microphone is on his laptop. I don't even know where.
It's probably by the camera.
Yeah, it's probably
Usually.
hidden somewhere inside there. I don't
Adrian's
know.
right. Adrian's
But
usually.
I will tell you, next time I'm on your show, I will have a microphone like that. As a matter of fact, yesterday, coincidentally, I ordered the boom. I told you the story. Again, I'm not going to make a long story. I ordered a boom before. Really? No, really, this is going to be. This is going to be. This is.
Don't get a microphone, please. Just
I-
stick with the left.
But I forgot what I was saying. I ordered a microphone and microphone boom arm, and they didn't have it in stock in the Philippines. I couldn't find it anywhere in the Philippines. It's actually made for the name brand of the microphone that I have. It's made specifically for that. I couldn't get it here. I ordered it from the U.S., but I'm not at my residence inside the U.S., so I sent it to my friend in Canada. They said that they delivered it. The delivery company said they delivered it like at 11:30 at night. Did it to my friend's house in Ontario, and it never showed up. They never signed for it. So I went through this big deal with Amazon. Actually, Amazon was really easy to work with. The company that I bought it from was not. They said, according to us, it was delivered, and I said, show me proof. And they said, well, the company said they delivered. I said, show me proof. Show me a signature. Show me a picture that it was delivered, and they couldn't provide that. But Amazon immediately reimbursed me for the arm. So I didn't have that arm, and I just been waiting. And yesterday I just said, screw it. I went on Lazada and I ordered the boom. So the next time, I'll be just like the rest of you guys. I'll have that mic right there. And
Which boom did you get?
no, it's I don't know. It's a generic brand. I would have to go back and look. It's
Just curious. That's all.
yeah. I'll show you. Maybe I'll do a review on that. Remember, I was going to do the review on the mic, and I wasn't going to do the review because I wanted to use the mic this morning. So now I think I can do the review on the mic. I love doing product reviews, so I'll do that. That was
All right.
So
That's
Keith, how are you now fixed for electricity and stuff? Are you back
Well,
up
as
and
far
running?
as-
And
Yeah, as far as I know, everybody's got power back. There's still a lot of people with no water, though.
yeah.
I'm a maintenance man where I work, so I can do the plumbing, but I can't get to it. I need somebody about 50 pounds lighter to be able to get to it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I hope you
Yeah.
guys get fixed up down there.
Well, we'll get fixed up, and like I say, if it takes too long, we got a ditch right next to us. I'll start filtering water. No, there's
There you go.
there's water available at the stores. At least the stores are not out of, drinking water, so we can get
Right.
that.
That's good.
Keith,
It's just
Keith-
yeah.
Keith, you were saying that you had some pipes break. What kind of plumbing do you have? And do you have PEX or do you have copper or what do you have inside your house?
No, it's CPVC.
CPVC.
Yeah.
CPVC for your positive pressure?
Isn't that strange?
Oh my!
PVC was impossible, still is impossible to find any PVC. But I went and bought every scrap I could find just laying around in the store and brought it all home, and none
Glue
of
it
it fits
together.
a house because I've got CPVC everywhere, not just for hot water. I've got it for cold water too. I don't know who built this place, but they must have got a deal on CPVC.
Well,
I thought that was only for like drain water. Was like
yeah, I was gonna comment on that too because normally PVC is normally for irrigation outside your yard. You don't know it's not really rated for really high pressure.
No.
And then CPVC is like the next level above. It's a little bit harder. And,
Right.
And normally it's like a 40 or 80. It's a little bit thicker inside there. But normally inside your house, it's like copper or it's PEX or
Yeah, well,
some,
Yeah.
I live out in the country where the building codes are zero. So if people could feed water through a stick, they would.
Thanks.
You just get water from the cement pond.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah.
But-
Still,
I love the Beverly Hillbillies
yes,
reference.
I'm still looking for Ellie Mae out there.
Yeah, but Keith, I was going to say that you were talking about that you had PVC. You're talking about PVC and CPVC. You can actually mix the two of those together for a temporary kind of fix. If you're trying to get something temporary until you
Yeah.
can do a permanent solution,
Yeah.
because they have it's like Odie and there's several types of the glue manufacturers. They make it. They
Yeah.
make the one because normally the type of glue you use on PVC is not the same that you use on CPVC.
Right,
But
right.
they make some of them that will be compatible between the two that you can use to glue
Yeah.
cement. It's almost like what they call like hot weld or hot weld type of a glue. And actually, when you put the primer inside there, then you put the PVC cement inside there, it kind of generates heat and it kind of melts the
It
two
melts
together
it
and
and
makes
it
Yeah.
bonds together. Yeah.
yeah.
my
it's
house,
pretty-
my house is up off the ground, but it's up off the ground about 14, 16 inches, and I cannot fit in that. I've got a plumber coming out here tomorrow. He says he's got everything he needs to fix it, so hope so. It's a Sunday, so I'm sure I'm going to pay a pretty penny for it, but it's better than listening to my wife.
Ah,
I should send one of the Filipinos over to you because they can fit into any type of hole.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
I tell you that we made a sump. We made a sump inside our basement. We have an emergency sump if we ever do any flooding inside, and it has a sump pump inside there, and it's about a little less than 2 meters deep inside there, about 5 feet deep. And they made the access cover. You know the little grate that you put over drains
Yeah.
that your car would drive over. Well,
Right.
that's the width of the access hole to get down inside the sump if you have to do any maintenance inside there. And I can get in there, but I have to suck my stomach in really a lot inside to be able to get down inside there. And it's really difficult. They had, when those guys were building it, they had no problem getting inside there and doing whatever they need to do inside there.
Well, 20 years ago, I could have fit under this place, but not these days. Give it another year or two, you probably won't fit in that sump either.
Probably not. Probably not. I need to get everything done I need to get done now.
It's pretty active. I don't know. Keith. James is running around like crazy. He's burning calories.
Well, I feel bad for you, Keith, because you're talking about all this cold weather. All the guys talk about the cold weather. But yesterday, it was like we hit like summer yesterday. It was probably about 90 degrees Fahrenheit here in the backyard. And it gave me some insight as to what the pool's going to be like during the real summer when we start getting real summer. Yeah. Because it was warm. The water was warm. I think the water temperature got up to about 82 degrees yesterday inside and that was just from one day of really hot. So, and they don't do chillers here like some places, like in Arizona and places, they have chillers that they'll chill the water to cool it off. But they don't do that here. So, it's I hope it's not going to be like bath water in the middle of the summer.
I was just going to say that's what swimming pools do here in Texas in the summertime. They turn into bath water.
Yeah.
You jump in the pool to cool down, and sometimes you heat up.
Yeah, so I have a feeling we'll get a lot of use out of it during the summertime at nighttime. Once the sun goes down, and we've got it all lit up back there, I think it'll be pretty good. And we've got a lot of trees that are growing up all around the pool. I think in the years to come, that'll provide some shade and kind of help us up in the years to come. But I think this summer, though, I think it's going to be a hot one.
Plus all those ants floating around in the water just, add a lot of ambiance.
Making rafts. Ant rafts.
Ant rafts, yeah. You don't want to run into one of those.
See, Keith knows what I'm talking about.
I hope it's going to be a nice day. I told you we got the family coming over, and it's pool day for them. We invited them to take advantage of the pool. And every day this week, it's been nothing but beautiful blue skies, but maybe a cloud you would see, a small cloud every now and then. And now this is what it looks like out here right now. It's
looks overcast.
Yeah, so
but gonna get some thunder pumpers.
Yeah, but like Florida and here in the Philippines, it's like it might be like this now. And 10 minutes from now, we might have all blue skies. So we got plenty of time for things to clear up. I just hope it doesn't rain.
10 minutes from now, here it could be snowing like crazy.
Where are you at, Chuck?
Syracuse. Me and Mike are both in Syracuse.
Yeah.
Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Up
in Syracuse, where we've had single digits in the last few weeks, but we're almost in the early spring weather here right now.
Yeah.
And it's pretty nice. We got rid of some snow, thank God.
Actually, I know a number of people had ice damming issues with the crazy weather we've had.
Right.
Yeah. Even my mother-in-law's house has issues. We have to go. I might have to pop the drone up and check out the roof tomorrow. Put it in
good idea.
I was born and raised here in Texas, so never really had 4 seasons. We got 2 seasons. One's hot and one's warm. But I moved to Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee area for about 12 years, and we got snow there all the time, especially up in the Smoky Mountains. Yeah, and I thought it was beautiful for the first couple of years, and then I started having to deal with it melting, turn into slush, turn into whatever that brown gray stuff is that it turns to on the road. After a few years of snow, it was not quite so beautiful anymore.
No, it's not beautiful.
You probably won't like it here in Colorado.
Yeah, my sister lives in Colorado, and she contacted me the other day and told me that when she dies, she's been there 20 years, but when she dies, she wants to be buried in Colorado instead of brought back here where we have a family cemetery. And I said, well, you're married, you can do that, but property values are certainly going to go up with a Texan buried in Colorado.
What part of Colorado?
She lives in Aurora.
Oh, I used to live there. Yeah.
Did you?
Isn't that it's just north of the city, right? North of Denver?
Aurora is east. of the city.
Is it east
I'm
of Denver?
in Arvada. I'm just north and west of Denver. Yeah.
No, I've been. Okay. Only been once.
Yep.
Some
Aurora
really good
is
breweries.
the third
Oh.
largest city in the state.
Some really
Is it
good
really?
breweries.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Yep. It's
Good
about,
breweries, huh?
Oh yeah, Colorado Brew. Yeah, they're
30,000.
yeah. Cerebral is right in downtown Denver. That's a good place. They serve the beer like the flights are in beakers. It's really cool. It's like you sit in. It looks like a science lab. They have a skull up on the shelf and all this stuff.
Ah.
They bring out your tasting and it's all in little beakers. It's a cool place. Super nerdy. I like it. Beer's,
So-
beer's good
So with
too.
so with all this snow that you guys are talking about, has it been really good for the industry, for the skiing industry out there? How's that going?
I haven't heard any
Here
complaints.
in Colorado, it's been kind of iffy. We're in a drought right now, and and plus with the pandemic, they had a little late start. Normally, we start in late September, early October, but
So-
it really didn't get going until November, and I think the number of skiers is down due to the pandemic.
So when you say drought, does that mean it's cold, but you just don't have precipitation, or you don't have any snow coming down?
Yeah.
Oh, that
Is it
sucks.
cold enough
Right
for
now,
them to
we're
make?
having problems with the avalanches.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. I know that here, we don't have the mountains they have, but Song Mountain is open, right, Chuck? I think down in Tully. My niece went
They're always
skiing
open.
down there. So, and it's been cold enough where they can just make snow with the
Yeah.
snow machines,
Yep. But we're pretty low on snowfall. We haven't had the snowfall we
Right.
normally have.
So it's your fault. That's where it came from.
We gave it to you. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
That's right.
Yeah.
Merry
I
late
appreciate-
Christmas.
I appreciate that, fellas.
It's the least we could do.
It's funny. We have there's a wind farm southeast of Syracuse. I don't know if you know where it is, Chuck, but there's several of those giant windmills
Yep.
down there in like the Pompey area.
Yep.
And
Yeah, I
I'd
know what
like
you're
to
talking about.
go-
Well, I want to fly there.
Yeah, I'd like to fly it too, but it's like there must be some secret to them not getting
Freezing?
iced up and snowed up versus in a place like Texas where it's totally abnormal to have the cold, snowy weather. Like some sort of lubricant on the blades, or antifreeze, or something, almost like windshield wiper fluid or something.
I don't know what they do. I was wondering. I didn't research it. I was just thinking in my mind, what could possibly be? What could you do? Because those blades are so large, you can't just You can't take some of the electric from the generated power and use it to heat the blades, can you? Because
Yeah.
the surface it costs a fortune just to. You have to sacrifice pretty much every kilowatt you generate. Pretty much sacrifice to keep it from freezing. So,
Yeah,
Mike,
think
I
it's
wonder
some
too
sort of
why
oil
ours
or
work and theirs don't down in Texas. So there's something
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Somebody should
Hey,
know. Look that stuff
hey,
up.
Adrian, what part of the country are you in?
I'm in Florida.
Florida, okay.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm not a sir. I work for a living. That's what they used to tell us in the Army.
Okay, both.
Adrian, do you have problems with iguanas in your neck of the woods?
With what? With what?
Iguanas.
No.
Okay.
No, but where I'm from, yes, they normally just roam the street like they belong there.
Yeah, there's a channel that I follow called Iguana Solutions, where this young lady goes out and wrangles iguanas and invasive lizards.
I mean, they come into your house, you know what I mean? People
Yep.
have them as pets. The one thing that I will tell you is you don't ever want to get a whiplash from one of those because that will hurt pretty freaking bad. I've been whipped by one of those before for messing with it, and them little jokers hurt like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, the tails. The
You know, that'd be
tails
a
will
good
smack you.
channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they tell you because they have like Yeah, it almost looks like a little freaking miniature dinosaur. But
Yeah.
it have like the little
Right.
fins on top on the tail
Yeah,
that run from the
spikes
head
on
all the way
the.
to the back. Now those things are really normally pretty soft, but once they whip you, them things get really hard, like an edge, like a knife's edge, and just beat
Ouch.
the hell out of you.
Yeah. Yeah, my son had one that's about, or he had it. He doesn't have it anymore, but it's about 2 feet long. And
Yeah.
he carried it on his shoulder all the time.
Yes,
And what that thing would slap a bruise on your face in a heartbeat.
from the head all the way to the tail, they will literally get. That's not a iguana. That's not
No,
one.
this is a Biawak.
Come out of dragon, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a Biawak right here. This is what we have. It's huge. These things grow huge. I had one trapped in my my storm sewer flood prevention thing here. It got inside there, and it hid inside one of my like 5-inch or 6-inch pipes that I have for my French pipe system, and then I cut off its exit with some wire, and it got stuck inside, and it actually lived down there for about a month until I realized, well, he's going to die inside there, and it's going to smell really, really bad. So I opened up all the grate and let them get. But this is something that's very common around here. Now they're not deadly, but they will bite you. They will bite you, and what happens is people get infection because there's a lot of germs that they have on their teeth. And but that's something that we had. That's probably one of the biggest reptiles that are around inside our neighborhood right here. We have the small things in there called tuco, and I showed that on one of my videos. I trapped it inside the house, inside our bathroom. They're much smaller, but what they do. Tuco means to grasp onto you and not let go, and that's what they'll do. They'll bite you, and when they bite you, they'll hang on to you, and they won't let go. It's almost. I caught one on the end of a shovel or a rake or something like that, and I'm slamming it on the ground to try to get it to release, and it wouldn't release on there. So they're kind of dangerous too. But these are some of the things that we have inside our neighborhood around here.
Do they get big like a Gila monster?
The Biawak will probably grow. I haven't Googled it, but I would say the Biawak will get a meter, a little over a yard and a half.
Yeah.
They go really, about 5 foot, 6 foot, about 5-6 foot. Now the tuco, they normally grow about maybe, I don't know, about 18 inches, something like that. But you get.
Hey, Art, I gotta go. Thank you for having me, boss.
Hey, thanks for coming,
Chuck,
Adrian.
Mike,
Adrian.
James,
Good to see
Keith.
Good to see you again, Adrian.
See you, Adrian.
Yeah, I got to check out too because my tea's out there getting cold, and my Wi-Fi is going crazy on me here too. So
Okay, Mike.
Plus,
All right,
See
Mike.
you,
We'll
thanks.
I gotta
Good to see you, Mike.
I gotta go hit the head. And
Okay.
Don't send this
I need
anymore.
a bucket of water, Keith, if you wouldn't mind.
TMI.
All right, catch you guys later.
See
All
ya.
right, Mike. Cheers, man. Have a good
Yeah.
weekend.
Okay, bye.
So what you been up to, Art? I was watching one of your videos the other day on. I don't even remember the name of them because I'm not a car guy. But you had a car, some kind of car versus another one.
Oh yeah, it's the Stunt Elf versus the
Yeah, yeah.
JJR RC car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that your
Out
most
there on the
recent?
snow.
Oh, did I lose you? Oh, there you are. I lost y'all for a second there. Is it your most recent video?
Yes, it is. Yeah, that was my first time using the Stunt Elf, and that is quite a little interesting little car because it could go sideways, forwards, backwards. And,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's kind of like a tank where it'll spin around real fast.
Yeah, I saw you were having fun out there in the snow.
It doesn't like slushy snow very much, especially that bigger one, the JJRC, because the snow will build up on the tires, and bog it down. So I've
They
got to
don't
go
clean.
out
They
there
don't clean well.
and knock the snow off, and
Yeah.
then it goes around pretty good on the snow though.
James, is it raining where you are?
No, not
Why does
yet.
it sounds like the shower's running in this house?
Yeah, I hear that too.
What is
Is that from me? Here, is that me? Let me mute. Let me mute. Tell me if it's me. How do I mute? I don't even know how to
Hold
mute.
on, I'll
Oh, here it is. I see. Hold on.
There.
Yep, it's him. Yeah, it's you. You're the guilty party.
It's me. What you're probably hearing, maybe you're hearing the waterfall from the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
Maybe
It's
so,
like-
because
Yeah,
I can hear.
we got a
I can hear birds too.
Yeah.
You got a good microphone.
I think what's happening, because you see where I'm sitting inside here, this has it's all concrete and glasses, so, and we're in it's like an enclosure, and then you got the waterfall there, and then the waterfall is bouncing off the wall. I guess maybe if I turn it into this direction. Do you still hear it?
Yeah, we
you
still
do.
hear.
I still hear it.
It's not that much of a bother. I'll just pretend I'm sitting next to you in there.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I didn't notice that. But yeah, I noticed when I muted it, I still was hearing the sound. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's one of you guys. But I was hearing my own. Oh, it just went down. Right?
no, I can still hear it.
No, it's
still
still
hear it?
going.
Oh, I don't hear it. I don't know.
I was like, it sounds like it's raining out, but it's not raining here.
Well, when I move up in the world like you guys, and I have my Samsung boom mic and stuff like that, we'll see. I think
This is just Amazon Basics. Amazon Basics and a blue.
It's clear. Yeah, it's clear. You know, it's sort of. I'm going to tell you. And it has something to
Do tell
do
us.
with that.
you go.
I definitely am. And it has to do with that video that I posted last night regarding the purchasing from companies that also supply to the big companies. I have a feeling a lot of these like the mics that you get, they're all the same exact components on the inside.
They come out of the
I
same
agree.
straw hut.
From these
The
Chinese
guys
from these
might
Chinese
go,
companies. They
Yeah.
rebrand it. They rebranded on the outside, but they got the same exact components on the inside, or they have the same exact design. Because if it works, it's just like generators over here. I bought a generator for the house down here, but it's called Electron, but you can't find it. ELEK or ELEC Tron, I don't know. Anyway, you can't find it anywhere. Nobody sells it. But if you look and you go like on Alibaba, AliExpress, all the Chinese companies that sell to the Philippines over here, there's like 100 of them that are the exact case, the exact panel on there. All they do is they spray paint the outside a different color, and they put another name on the outside of it. So I have a feeling the same thing goes with like the microphones and things like that.
Yeah.
But I know that Fishman that I did. I have a feeling. I don't know, Keith. I don't know if you watch my channel or not, but I did a DIY video on installing a preamp for an acoustic guitar. For those who want to be able to connect it to a guitar amplifier or to an acoustic guitar, or replace an existing one. And I ordered online here a Fishman, and it's advertised. It's like OEM brown box. I think it's what they sell to the people fixing music shops and everything like that. But if you buy it brand new retail, the price I think was about almost $200, $199.95 US dollar in the US on Amazon.com. But when you ordered it on Lazada, it was like $13 for the same
my
thing.
Lord.
Yeah, it was incredible. So I was really skeptical. I'm wondering what's going on. So I ordered it, and I tested it out before I drilled this big hole in the side of my guitar, and it worked. It was all the electronics were functioning on there. And then I installed it in there, and I don't think it's any different from what a retailer or what you would be charged. Because if you had a guitar shop install that, they would charge you for the full retail price of the preamp, and then they would charge you an installation cost. So it would probably cost you about at least $300, I would say, to do that. And
Yeah.
we did it in our video yesterday for $13. That's all it cost. It was
Nice.
$13. And
Yeah.
and it sounded. When I listened to it, I'm like, oh, this is what I would expect had I bought the $200 Fishman. So I think it was what the Chinese company supplies the Fishman, but what they do is they're taking like leftover extra resources, because that's kind of what Alibaba does. Alibaba, what they do,
kind of stuff.
yeah, overstock. What they do is if they sell like plates to England, to the UK, and they stamp it on the back. This is fine china from the England, blah blah blah. But they have extras over there, and you can get some really good deals on Alibaba by doing it like that. So.
Hey guys, I want to show this video by a fellow droner, Ed Ricker.
Oh, I love that
up
stuff.
in Georgetown, Colorado. This is FPV on Georgetown Lake. So let me share it. And I'm not going to share the audio.
Oh,
It's
the
gonna
audio
be-
is cool though. I cheated
It's-
and peeked at it while James was
It's gonna-
talking.
It's going to feel a little
Okay.
weird watching actual drone stuff on a drone show.
I know.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Oh, no sound, really? Because the sound is really good. He used a really good mix.
Oh, that's one of my fears is flying over water.
Don't be
Oh,
afraid.
that's ice. That's ice, isn't it?
Don't be scared.
Watch this car. I didn't know they did this up at Georgetown on that lake. I know they ice fish.
God, Ed is just rock
Is it-
solid. Look how he tracks so perfectly.
Is this a real car somebody driving, or is it a model? What is this?
Yep.
Oh, it's
A real-
it's a car, yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome? Look how he just.
That
Ed doesn't
is-
know where he's going. He just. It's really. God, he's such a good pilot.
Yes, he is.
But seriously, watch this with sound later because it's just ridiculous. I was just really thumping, rocking soundtrack he is going with. It's perfect.
Drone shadow.
Yeah, I wish we could hear the sound. The sound really, it really adds a lot to the visual.
Some will tell you
Well,
that the sound
this'll
matters
be
more
kind
than the
of a
video.
teaser for you
Sometimes,
guys
yeah.
to
Yeah.
Watch it later.
What, Art? Talked over you.
This will be a teaser for you guys to watch it later.
Ah. You should watch the first 2 minutes of my live stream from this morning. That's pretty awesome, too. Let my head swell. Just saying.
He is doing a great job with that drone.
Yeah, he is. It's incredible. I mean,
You can see the shadow.
Yeah.
yep.
of the
That's the
drone.
only thing wrong with it, actually.
No, that's kind of cool to have that in there.
It's nicer when you can't see it, but it is. It's like when you have you. It's like when I catch myself flying the drone in my shots. It kind of. I don't want to see me. It's fun. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't like that either when I catch myself.
but the shadow
Always-
is kind of cool. Yeah, the shadow is kind of cool, but just I like it better without it. But that's where the light was and everything. What are you gonna do? And his flying
Yep.
is so damn good.
Yep.
It's so. And he started FPV a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And would you say? Because he used to be a Mavic guy, and then he converted.
he was
Well, he
a
still flies Mavics,
Camera
but
drone guy, yep.
yeah, but he's gotten hard into FPV.
Yeah, that's kind of what
Yeah, I met-
Ken has done.
Yeah, Ken's done it too. And
Yeah.
Ken Herron, Ken Dono,
Mm-hmm.
they're all going that way, and I guess I resist. I don't know why.
I do too. I like the camera droning myself. I've got a Phantom 3 Advanced and a Mavic Air, and neither one of them are speedsters, but I love doing videos more than I do speeding or zapping around things.
I think I want to try cinematic FPV though. I want to try
There
the
you go.
speed, but not the loops and stuff. Just the
Yeah.
just the fluid flying with like where it's smooth and kind of organic like a bird. That'd be cool. That's what Ed was doing in that video most of the time. I mean, he did a couple
Yeah.
of acrobatic things, but most of it was just being really smooth and fluid and just kind kind of tracking the object in with the gimbal leans and everything. It just gives you that feel of motion. It's so cool without making you sick, which is not cool.
I'd like to know how fast the car was going. It looked like it was moving at a pretty decent clip.
Yeah, all those FPV drones, they move pretty darn fast.
Yeah, they do.
All right, I just sent you a link on your invitation. I don't know what's the best way to give you a link. I gave you a
private chat.
Oh, can I do that? Can I do that here in
private chat? Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second. So how do I do that? I see the private chat. I see the private chat. So who's it go to?
It'll go to just us.
Okay. It says okay. I'm gonna send this out. Did you get?
Just don't use comments. Use private chat.
I did. I hit. So did you get that?
Yeah, there it is.
So that link, maybe I don't know how it's gonna. If you can bring that up on the screen, that's a link for the very first time that I flew the drone over Taal Lake and Taal Volcano. That was years before the volcano erupted. But that section right there is a flyover with some of the. Hopefully you don't hit that because you might get.
I can share it. I think.
You might get there. There you go. But this is where this is.
Oh, you're doing
remember,
it. I do it with sound, but okay.
I shared the story with you, I think, about me almost dropping my drone, and this is the video right here where my niece alerted me, and she said, "Tito James, are you supposed to be that close to the water?" Because I wasn't looking at the drone; I was doing like FPV type of through the monitor, and I came within inches of dropping the drone inside the lake. But this is actually some pretty good footage right here.
That is really good. I like the way you're tracking the boat. Those boats are really cool too.
They really are.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if this is the boat that I follow up right after I go past this one and I start doing a descend coming towards the volcano. But somewhere in this video is where I was literally a couple of inches from being a submarine with my.
What caused the drone to drop to that altitude?
Because I was trying to get as close, and I wasn't looking from. Yeah, so I was over there where the boats dock over there. I was over there, and I wasn't paying attention, looking at the drone. My niece was. I wasn't. And then what I was doing, I was just trying to get so close, and I wasn't looking at my altitude on there, and it was a beginner's mistake.
Oh.
That was it. So I cut it off at that point right there. That's right about where I hit the water, but I didn't hit the water. Yeah, but it was very
almost. Yeah. Yikes.
Oh, yeah, I think that's me and my niece right over there, somewhere over there. I don't know, somewhere over there.
What drone is that?
That's the Phantom 4 Pro Plus.
Wow, you fly a lot smoother now. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, okay, that's good. You don't need to see the rest. But that's an interesting video, too. That's like 3 years before. If you want to really do a comparison of what Taal Volcano looked before it erupted in January of 2020, and when it erupted, right? Because I took the video right after it erupted, too. That's the comparison of those two are great videos to take a look at.
It'd be fun if you had done like a lychee, like a mission, and you had flown the volcano, just happened to fly it periodically, and then you would have had it pre and post eruption, and you could have done like a, pre and post. Like if you do a mission, you could take pictures in the same exact way, same place every time, repeat.
Right.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that would have been.
The Mavic is just built in. You can use waypoints too in the Mavic to do that.
Yeah, I think they have that on the fan form.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, cool video.
Thanks.
I look at my older stuff and I just cringe. Like,
yeah.
For me,
I gotta go back. I gotta go back and index. We have 800 plus videos, and I need to go back in it because I'm always getting people are always asking questions. What video did you do this on, and what video did you do on this? When you were working on your house, what video did you install the pipe in your bathroom on your second floor? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh man. And then I really try to accommodate the subscribers and the viewers. And I'll go back and if it takes me more than 10 minutes, I'm like, I don't know where it's at. But I'll go back. But I really need to index. I need to index a bunch of our videos because there's a lot of interesting stuff. I got to thinking about doing sort of like what's kind of cool. What Art does is like with this trivia. I thought about doing trivia on my videos for those who are really diehard My PI Dream fans. Is to do a trivia. What episode did this specific thing happen? What episode did we first introduced Hapon as a puppy when he first? And do something like that. But maybe once I get some of my projects done around here and I have a lot of free time, I can do that. Oh, and by the way, you see my name this morning is James. Don't call me Alexa.
I saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because you alerted and my Alexa turned on. But luckily, you all were talking. You all were trying to blast me with the Alexa thing this morning. And because you were all talking, she didn't understand a damn word any of you were saying. So she didn't place any orders for pizza or anything like that. So we're
I wanted
lucky.
to dump out your wish list. Alexa, buy everything on my wish list.
Well, and that's one of the negative things I find about the Alexa devices or the Amazon devices is you only have 3 names that you can define the name. It's Alexa, computer, and Echo. Those are the 3 names. I don't know why, and I think it's a marketing thing. I think Amazon wants to make sure you use it, and it's advertising for them because people see that. But I think they really should accommodate the consumer and let them custom tailor the name of those, so you don't have people in a chat session like we have right here, doing the things that.
You know what's interesting about that, James? When I got my first Motorola smartphone. Well, not my first one. The first one that was with Android 5 or 6 or whatever. Motorola had a feature on it where you could customize the catchphrase, so you didn't have to say like now it's like hey Mo. It used to be like hey Moto. You could say like hey Bozo. You could call it, and you could do anything you wanted. You'd teach it, and it was just like what you were describing. So it'd be custom to you. You could have whatever you wanted it to be.
I think eventually they will do something like that, but
they did it and they took it away. They had
did
it.
they? Did
they?
they?
Stopped doing it again. I mean, it was only around for like a couple generations of phones, and then.
Well, they don't understand, and maybe they do. Again, I think it has to do with marketing because that's free marketing for them using their name. It's a trademark that they have inside their brand. But they don't realize there are a lot of us who have more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these devices, and a lot of them, when you go from one room to the other, remember I told you before, we have 1 in the kitchen and I have 2 in the living room, and they're facing each other. So before, when you used to say Alexa, it's like all 3 of them alerted at the same time.
Yeah.
So in that small confined area that we have the 3 names. One is Echo, one's computer, one is Alexa, computer, and Echo. We have them. So and you got to remember who you.
That down.
You got to remember who you're talking to.
Okay.
Well, you know the
Computer.
but this
taking
current
notes.
Motorola phone.
Alexa.
Yeah, he's taking notes. But this current phone though, it learns my voice. So like my wife and I both have pretty much the same phone, and if she says, "Hey Google" to hers, my phone just answered me. But her phone won't answer me. Her phone won't answer me. But you know what I mean? Because it knows her voice and mine knows mine. Even though it's the same catchphrase. So it's kind of cool tech. I mean, they can do that.
And we also have one inside. I built this really neat integrated CCTV camera / Alexa Echo device in a waterproof housing, and it's inside our Bahay Kubo out in the backyard. But anybody can be walking down the sidewalk in front of our street and just yell over it, "Hey Alexa, play such and such." And as a matter of fact, our pool people were doing it once they figured out that I was doing it, because I was in the pool and I would yell, "Hey Alexa, play Eric Clapton," and they're like, oh, is that how he does it? And then every single day I noticed that when they were building the pool over here, is like they had all this Filipino music been playing over my
Yeah.
Alexa device through my yard speakers.
I tried that with my annoying neighbors one time who do pretend that they don't have neighbors and just blast everything. And I heard them using the Alexa. I heard them using the catchphrase. So I was like, Alexa, turn off the music.
Yeah, because even though it will learn your accents for different people, stuff like that. And it'll pick up anybody that says anything to it. It will do the commands on there as well. Now I don't know how that works with, like, if you can somebody else, if it doesn't recognize your voice, can somebody else order with your on your account, with, like, walking down the street and say, hey,
I don't know. Turn yours on. Let's try it right now. I have some stuff I need.
I'm on that. That's why I'm on the headphones this morning. We're not gonna play that game again for the rest of today.
Oh, come on now. I'm kidding. No, I wonder the same thing, James.
I got to run, fellas. I got a video I'm working on. I need to get back
All
to
right,
it.
Keith. Thanks for coming.
It's good. Good seeing you guys.
Thanks for coming.
Same here, Keith.
I'll catch up with y'all again later someday.
Glad you have your water back too, man.
Yes, stay dry, man.
No water yet.
Oh, I thought you said you got it back.
No.
Oh.
Electricity, not water. Hopefully tomorrow. Plumber's coming out Sunday.
But you got snow, right? You got snow?
No, it's gone. We're back in the 60s and 70s now.
Well, I was gonna say, don't eat the yellow snow. The other stuff. Watch out where the huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow. Something like that.
All right, guys. We'll catch y'all later.
All right.
Cheers.
Take care, Keith. Good to see you.
I have to do the same thing. I wasn't planning on doing a video today, but I need to do a video because I failed my subscribers. I was supposed to. I have 2 birthday shout outs, and they were for yesterday.
Uh-oh.
They were for yesterday, so even if I get one out today, it's going to be a couple of days late.
Well,
So-
I did my birthday shout out.
Yeah, I heard. I heard that. But your birthday
was
shout out was
helium.
for, like, yeah, I heard that.
Well, there was Chris
the heck was?
and Vic, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, but I meant to ask you, and I asked you before, what is that sound that's just a sound module, or is that a mixer that you have?
It's a mixer.
It's a mixer, and it has
Yeah.
those weird sound effects
Yeah, it's
inside there.
Here, I'll show you. It's a Tascam.
Oh,
You're
that's right.
frozen, Art. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah.
Tascam.
Nice.
Hey, I'm just gonna look it up after we get done with this. But what's the model of that?
US 32.
US 32. Okay, I'll take a look at
That's for
that.
the one input. The 2 input is the US 42. And that's
Well, I just-
the one that grumpy old vlogger, the grumpy vlogger, has the 42. He's the one that turned me on to this.
Where's Lloyd? Where's
He
Lloyd?
was here. I think he went and took a nap.
Oh, I like Lloyd. I like when Lloyd comes on. I like catching up with him. But I was asking you that because I got the boom mic, the boom and the mic, and I'm going to slowly be setting maybe a desk up inside that spare room. And I'm looking for something that I can do some different kind of effects. I would like something, to do, like the boom or the drum roll. Does yours do that? Does it have those kind of effects too?
It has what's called PONs, but for some reason it won't work on vMix. I
PON.
mean, it will, but not through StreamYard. I don't know why.
Oh,
But
weird.
it does have an input where I've got a 1/8 inch cable. Where is that? One of these. Where
Quarter
you
inch.
plug
Oh
in
no,
a-
that's not quarter inch. That looks like
no, 1/8
a
inch.
mini.
I can't.
Mini,
Yeah.
Like-
yeah. You
Yeah.
can plug in your phone or a tablet that has preset.
Well, that's
sound
3.5
effects on.
millimeter. That's 3.5 millimeter then.
Yeah. hmm
Okay. Well, I ordered today. Well, I didn't order today. It's coming in today. I got notification. We're taking delivery of a new mixer. It's a Yamaha mixer. Yeah, it's not for the live streaming. It has nothing to do with the
Might be able to
YouTube.
do live stream.
I could. Yeah, well, I could. It would work. Yeah, absolutely.
It's got
but it's
USB on it. You could do it. Plug
Well, it
your
does.
microphone in.
well, it does have a USB. It has like the USB 2, the one like you plug into a printer. But I'm not sure if that's made for.
That's what this is.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm not sure if it will work to do. It might just only be for upgrades, for like firmware upgrades or something like that. I'm not sure that's really meant to do like that. But the reason I purchased it is because I have a Mackie right now for the little band gigging, the very small band gigging, and but the Mackie that I have does not have any type of like a delay or a reverb or an echo, and yeah, what I noticed over the years is
Like this.
yeah
Nice.
the
Thing.
karaoke effect, and I notice as the older that
I like the Ken Hare and Echo better, like Epidemic Sound. The rest of it's crap.
If it's not epidemic, it's crap.
Yes. That's it.
So anyway, I got it because it has what my Mackie. I have a Mackie that we use that we always use for our mixing for when we went live gigging. But my Mackie has there's no delay, there's no echo. So unless you really have a super good voice, people who don't really have the greatest voice. And to be able to camouflage some of that, you add a little bit of an echo on it when you do it, like karaoke. That's why the karaoke people, I sound so good. Well, it's because you're kind of distorting your true sound. But like I was about to allude to earlier, as we get older, our voices kind of change, and to help out a little bit, that little bit of tweaking helps out with
Try
a little.
a Behringer.
Well, I already got it. I already ordered the Yamaha. And it's cut. Like I said, it's. I was notified.
How many inputs on it?
It's a 6-channel.
Okay.
What I need for, because we have a very small complement of band gear here. This is not for professional. This is if Ness and I want to go down to a little club or something somewhere, and either we want to do a duo or we have a trio with the drummer. We can have 3 microphones. It has 4 XLRs and two quarter inch jacks inside there. So what we could do if we wanted to, just with a three person, we have 3 microphones. So we have on the XLRs, we have 2 quarter inch jacks if we wanted to hook 2 guitars, if we wanted to do direct interface without going through an amplifier. And then we still have one more XLR that's free. That's fine for a very, very small complement. Try to keep the overhead. I found out from my gigging days, less sometimes is more. When you have a lot of stuff, it's complex. It's really hard to set up, and more stuff to break and things like that. So we're gonna try that. And now it will give me the ability to do a little bit of a echoey sound to help with the voice and make the voice sound good. Now I noticed my Ness and her sister. They do karaoke down in the tiki bar in the basement all the time. And what I have is, I don't have any effects for them, so they're plugging in directly from a microphone into the front of house speakers. It's directly into that with no digital or analog type of an effect that was inside there. And there's a bit, but they're good. Both of them have excellent voices, so it really doesn't sound. But when I get up there and I get on that, I was like, oh, I sound like crap. I need that little bit of extra oomph inside there. So.
Nobody likes their own voice, really. You know?
Yeah, maybe.
I always feel like I sound goofy. Well, maybe because I just sound goofy. Art froze, or he's probably laughing.
No, he's there. He's there.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we've done over
Enough.
2.5 hours, and I want to thank you for coming. It's about that time to, shut this bad boy down. We're down to nine people. Well, you can't see it. I can see it.
I cheated. I look at the YouTube stream on another tab.
Yep.
I can see who's
So,
You can multitask like that? I can't do that. I can't do that.
I just like to see how many people are
it's
on.
that time because I can hear Ness is doing the dishes. I can hear the clanging
I hear it
of the
too.
silverware.
Cheers.
So
Cheers.
it's about that time for us to ski down. James, thank you for coming. Chuck,
Hey, thanks for the invite.
and
Chuck,
we'll
it's always
catch
great to see you.
next week. You
Likewise.
guys in the
Good
chat,
seeing you guys.
thanks
Thanks, Art.
for coming. Have a great weekend. Catch you next time.
All right. Peace out.
Okay, that's it, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. Keep 'em flying.